Hi guys, back again with another live stream. Hope you're all okay. Yeah, it's been a few weeks now, hasn't it, since I was last on? Yeah, so wasn't too well, a couple of weeks ago, and that I had a really bad bug and that, but thankfully, I'm over that now. Yeah. All right then, guys. I'm just going to get myself sorted here with the just arranging the comments and that. So right, okay. Just bear with me. Right. Yeah. So, have you been watching any good movies lately? Let us know. I watched a few good ones and that. A couple of bad ones. I watched one last night. It was kind of a supernatural thriller movie called the Drown and the Clown. And but it wasn't great. It wasn't all that anything to write home about and that. But yeah, just hang on a second, guys. All the comments are coming in now. Chestnut7, good evening, Alan. You okay, mate? Yeah, thanks for coming along. Yeah, nice to have you along. Yeah. Yeah, I said watch one last night on Amazon Prime called Drown and the Clown. And as I say, it wasn't all that much really in that. But the picture quality was good and that. So I'm just waiting for a couple more people now to come into the room. Yeah. So yeah, so it's good to be back live again, as I say, after being ill and that, for the best part of 2 weeks and that, virtually on me back and that, couldn't taste me food and that, but as I say, like it took time to go and that. So I say it's good to be back and that, yeah. Yeah. So I've been out today, I've been over to Liverpool and that, I had to look in HMV. There's nothing really much in there and that. So all right, I've got the here's Edward. You okay, Edward? Edward Coppock. Good evening, Alan. Hope you're well. Yeah, I've seen a movie called The Exorcism of God from 2021. Yeah, I've heard a couple of things, good things about that movie. Yeah, I've seen a couple of exorcism movies and that. So yeah, I don't think I've seen that one, to be honest with you. Chestnut 7 is saying, I watched Rosemary's Baby. I haven't seen it in years. Good film. Rosemary's Baby is one of my all-time favorite supernatural movies. And I thought Mia Farrow, she was really on the money in that role. Oh yeah, great movie directed by Roman Polanski. A slow burner, but God, it builds up to a real good climax, guys. Yeah, I've got the novel as well by Ida Levin, and I've also got the sequel, Son of Rosemary, which I haven't read that yet. But I do believe they did a TV movie, something along the lines of "Look What Happened to Rosemary's Baby," but I haven't seen that, so I'll have to watch out for that one. But yeah, I love Rosemary's Baby. Andy Howard's here. Hi, Alan. You all right, Andy, mate? Thanks for coming along. Yeah. Hope you've had a nice day. James Townsend. You all right, James? Good evening, Alan. Great to see you back on live stream. Oh, thanks very much, James. It's good to be back. Have you watched the Hostel movies? If so, what did you think? Yeah, I watched all the Hostel movies, actually. I liked the first one the best. The second one was okay, but I didn't like the third one at all. I didn't care for that at all. I thought that was a bit too sickly, that one. So, but yeah, I liked the first two, the Hostel, but I wasn't too keen on the third one. Chestnut 7 is saying, oh my girlfriend lost their taste and smell, Alan. Hope it clears up for you as soon as possible. Yeah, I'm okay, thanks now. Yeah, as I said before, I had it nearly like the best part of 2 weeks. I was bad with it. And while the main symptoms of my cold cleared up, the banging headache, and the sickly feeling and that, and the blocked up nose, I couldn't taste my food, so just over. Well, again, it was nearly 2 weeks before I could taste my food and that, my smell went and that. So I was worried in case it was COVID, but, well, I'm glad to say, I'm okay now. So, yeah, it's good to be back. Yeah. James Townsend is saying, Alan, have you watched season 2 of Night Gallery yet? Is it as good as first season? I'm going to watch it this week, James. I'm going to start it. Yeah. And then I might do a review of it once I've wants to watch the whole series of, of season 2, watched all the episodes, I might do a review, pick my favorite episodes. I tell you what, I have started watching the Masters of Horror, the 13-part series. Bryn of Horror Hands very, very kindly sent me the box set. So I watched the first one last night, a story called Jennifer. It was very, very good. Yeah. So I'm going to be watching those as well. And it's quite gory and directed by Dario Argento. And it was based on, now I didn't know this story, Jennifer. It was based on a story from, do any of us remember the Creepy magazine, the Warren, by Warren Publications? It was based on one of the stories from that magazine. And the actor who played the main protagonist, he got the idea from Creepy magazine, and he put it forward to the producers of Master of Horror, and he said, like, we're looking for another story for the season, and he said, well, I've got this Jennifer story, and he said, okay, well, do you want to write it then? Yeah, so he had to expand on a story, and he did a good job. Yeah, it's very, very good. Yeah, Masters of Horror. If you haven't seen it, guys, it's well worth the watch. Yeah, it was first screened on British TV in around about 2005. Very, very well worth the watch. It's a great series. Yeah. Richard Brown's here. You all right, Richard? Watched Dementor. Any jug face? Preferred jug face? Yeah, I have to say, Richard, I didn't like either of them. I had that Dementor, the Dementor Arrow Blu-ray. I had the movie Dementor, and of course, jug face was the movie, the extra movie. Yeah, I didn't like either of them, unfortunately. But I'm glad you enjoyed jug face anyway. Yeah, not for everybody, but I do know it's got its fans. But yeah, but I didn't care for either. Richard Brown, you're right, Richard. Watch Dementor and oh yeah, sorry, that was Stacey's here. You're right, Stacey. Thanks for coming along. Yeah, hi to you as well. Yeah, hope you've had a nice week. Robert Turner, you're right, Robert. Hi, Alan. Did you like Hammer's mystery and suspense films? I didn't care for them, Robert. Yeah, nowhere near as good as the Hammer House of Horror. There was only one or two really that I liked, and that was the one with Carol Lindley and The Possessed. That was quite good. Yeah, I think that was my favorite episode. The others were really, they weren't very memorable at all. Yeah, I didn't care for it, so I sold it on eBay. Yeah, so if they bring it out on Blu-ray, I won't be buying it. So yeah, very, very disappointed with it. I think they should have done another Hammer House of Horror, to be quite honest, rather than doing, like a sort of like inferior, Hammer House of Mystery and Suspense. Yeah, I didn't like the stories. Indie Phantoms here. You're right, mate. Hey, Alan, been loving the videos. Oh, thank you very much. Masters of Horror is great. Yeah, it certainly is. Yeah, I have seen them all when they aired. Jennifer was the 3rd of season 1. It's great, Jennifer. Yeah. I haven't been watching them in any particular order, but Jennifer was the first one I watched last night. And the good thing about the Masters of Horror, it's years since I watched it, so consequently I forget a lot what happens in Masters of Horror. And it was very good of Bryn, Horror Hands, to send me the box set and that. Yeah, he's got a great channel, by the way. Go along and give me support. Yeah. I'll leave a link down below anyway to his channel. Yeah, I've got a great channel. Yeah, I love Masters of Horror. Brian Gilson, you okay, Brian? Hi, Alan. Glad you're feeling better. Oh, yeah. Thanks very much. Yeah. I got Horror Hospital on Blu-ray starring Michael Gough. It was good. Do you know what? It's years since I saw that Horror Hospital at Michael Gough, so I don't remember too much about it. But yeah, I remember it being on the pictures. They had like a big, they had when they have the promotional posters, they had a big poster. I think Michael Gough was on it and that. Yeah. I'll have to check that out. It's years since I saw that one. Horror Hospital. I love me. Well, as you'll know, those of you who've been following me videos, you'll know how much I love me 70s horror. But yeah, I'll have to check that out. Horror Hospital. Walk on, always believe. Watch it, Alan. Hope you're well. Oh, yeah, I'm fine, thanks. Yeah, it's good to be back. Yeah. Oh, I had a real bad bounce of it. Yeah, I really did. Yeah. Indie Phantom is saying Argento does another great episode in season 2 called Pelts with Meatloaf. Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching that one. Yeah. I don't remember too much about it, but I do remember Meatloaf was in one. Yeah, so yeah, I'm looking forward to watching that one. Richard Brown is saying, you like Carol Lindley, don't you, Alan? Oh, yeah, I love Carol Lindley, yeah. Yeah, she's one of my first crushes, you know, as a young boy, you know, young teenager. Yeah, Carol Lindley, yeah. Yeah, I didn't know much about her, you know, because I said to me mum, who's that pretty girl? Like, you know, his face stands out and that. Oh, she said, that's Carol Lindley, because she, of course, she knew her and that, you know. But the more films I saw her in, the more I got to like her. But the movie that really, really made me a fan was a movie called The Shuttered Room. I don't know if any of you've seen that one. A great little movie from the sixth. I think it was 1965 or 66. It's a great movie. Yeah, yeah. Like it's sort of like a haunted house kind of you know, movie, like the locked room mystery as well, thrown in the locked room mystery aspect. It's great. The Shuttered Room. Oliver Reed's in it as well. Yeah, I've got that on a double DVD with the one, you know, Roddy McDowell was in, where he brings the golem to life. It's so watch out for that. You might be able to get that cheap on Amazon. Yeah, it's got The Shuttered Room and it's a double feature. Yeah, but I'm hoping, Barrow, if you're listening, or any other companies, get The Shuttered Room out on Blu-ray and with loads of features as well. That would be I'd be first in line to buy that, I tell you. Yeah. Chestnut 7 is saying, did you watch Quatermass 2, Alan? Yeah, I didn't like it. I nearly fell asleep, I have to be honest. I didn't like it at all. I liked the first one better, but I didn't like 2. So I'm flogging it on eBay. Yeah, I've got the I'm waiting for the third one to come, the coloured one that was that was made in 1967, where it defined the thing under the railway, you know, the railway platform. Yeah, so I'm waiting for that one to come. But yeah, I didn't care for Quatermass 2. I'm sorry to say. Indie Phantom is saying Fear Itself was the unofficial 3rd season of Masters of Horror. I've got Fear Itself. Yeah, got that. I haven't watched it for a while. Not as good, but still a couple of episodes. Some of the American horror stories anthologies have been better than expected. Yeah. Oh yeah, I've got the Fear Itself. Yeah, I'll have to start watching that. I say it's been quite a while since I watched that. Yeah, so I love my horror TV shows. Yeah, of course. Again, if you've been following my videos, you'll know how much I love Brian Clemence's Thriller, which was first screened in the 70s. Yeah, love that series, and that's another one I'd love to see get a Blu-ray release. Yeah. Richard Brown is saying, isn't Carol in the Poseidon Adventure? Yes, she is. Yeah, the Poseidon Adventure. Yeah, it's one of our most famous movies, the Poseidon Adventure. Yeah, great movie. Terrifying the way the ship, you know, turned upside down. Yeah. Oh yeah, she is in that. Scrolling up, guys. Chestnut 7 is saying, yes, the Shuttered Room creeped me, Jurassic thing. I know. Yeah, it's fantastic, the Shuttered Room. Yeah, yeah. I said, I'd love to see that get a Blu-ray release. Lovely colour, you know, and stellar performances, you know, by stellar cast. You know, yeah, great little movie. Robert Turner is saying, I recently bought DVD sets of Charlie's Angels and Heart to Heart. Good series. Yeah, yeah. Big staple of my growing up, yeah, in the 70s and 80s. Yeah, yeah, great series. Yeah, it's good to see all these old series getting Blu-ray releases and that, particularly in regards to the horror, you know, the Night Gallery and that. It's really cool to see them getting, you know, Blu-ray releases. Yeah, I'm really pleased about that. Walk On Always Believe is saying, with the Masters of Horror, when you see cigarette burns, can you review it and describe it, please? Because I've seen that one a few times and still don't understand it. I will do. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't remember, as I say, it's years since I watched them when they were on the telly. I don't remember too much about each episode, but I'll definitely I'll do a review of that. And as I say, I'll pick my top 5 Masters of Horror episodes as well. Yeah, I'll tell you for now, spoilers alert, Jennifer has definitely made my top 5. I enjoyed it, really enjoyed Jennifer. Larry Fleetwood is saying, I have that double DVD too. Yeah, great one. Oh, Pete's here. You all right, Pete, mate? Yeah. Hope you've had a good day. Evening, Alan. Hope you are well. I'm great, thanks, Pete. Yeah. Yeah, smashing. Yeah. I'm just having my dinner and we'll be back in a bit. Oh, yeah, no worries, Pete. Yeah, enjoy your dinner. Yeah. Yeah, see you later. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Chestnut 7 is saying, Quatermass and the Pit is a great film. Yeah. As I say, I didn't like the second one. You know, I was expecting good things. I just couldn't get into it. I thought the story was weak, but I do know a lot of people like it. It's one of those Marmite movies, isn't it? You know, so yeah, it didn't do anything for me, even though Sid James was in it, minus the dirty laugh. Movies on tour. Hello, Alan. You look smart today. Oh, thanks very much. Yeah, yeah. I put my white shirt on. Yeah, I had a break from the horror t-shirt. Yeah, although I must get a couple more of them. I've only got Frankenstein and the Wolfman. So I want a Christopher Lee one. So I have to get a Christopher Lee one as Dracula. Yeah. Oh, by the way, talking about Christopher Lee, I've treated myself to the Scars of Dracula, the Scream Factory edition. I have got the Studio Canal. I've got that one, Scars of Dracula, but there's no commentary on there by Christopher Lee, and there's more commentary as well on the Scream Factory one. So you've got Christopher Lee comment with a couple of other people, and then you've got another commentary on that one. So that's why I've ordered it. But what I'll do when that comes, I'll keep the Studio Canal slipcase and put the Scream Factory inside it. And that, yeah, love the Scars of Dracula. Movies on tour. Why don't you like swearing in horror films? I don't like swearing in any movie. Although, you know, I do realize it's to be realistic, you've got to have a little bit of swearing. But what I don't like, what I don't like is when it's every other word is out of every other word is F and this and F and that. And this is mainly noticeable in the American teen movies. Now, I don't know if any of you guys agree with me on that. You know, when you get these modern movies with the teenagers and all they're doing is F and this, F and that, and and it doesn't sound very nice. I mean, not being old fashioned. I mean, I swear myself when I'm in a mood. I'm nowhere. What's the name? We're all human, aren't we? But what I'm trying to say is there seems to be more swearing now in films than actual story. They're in the car and they're effing and blind and you're smoking pot. They'll probably go to a cabin in the woods or a deserted house and that, and then they'll probably make out and that. And it's the same old formulaic rubbish, guys. I like to see something different in me horror movies, and I do know a lot of people would second that, because people have said in the past they agree with me. Not talking about not just on YouTube, but people I've spoken to agree with me that a lot of horror movies, there's too much needless expletives, and you need to cut it down a bit. They need to concentrate on story rather than foul-mouthed rubbish, but again, that's my opinion anyway. I mean, I know you've got to have a bit of swearing in a movie to make it realistic. I mean, if somebody hits their thumb on that or stubs a toe or encounters a creature, they're not going to say, oh dear. They're going to come out with something, aren't they? Yeah. But what I'm trying to say, the point I'm trying to make is there's no need to use every sentence, 2 and 3 F's in a sentence and that. There's no need for it. No, none at all. Right. Richard Brown is saying, isn't The Shuttered Room based on H.P. Lovecraft? I think it is. Yeah, I think it is based on H.P. Lovecraft. Oh, sorry about that, guys. There's some bloody nutcase out there on a motorbike. Get this all the time down here. Sorry about that. Some bloody head case riding around on a stupid bike. Need to get more police patrols around here. They're bloody nuts, they are. Nothing better to do than roar around on a stupid bike. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. So if you hear the idiot again, you know who it is. Bloody nutcase, whoever he is. Right. Walk on, always believe. Thank you, Alan. Okay. Pete's saying, will you be getting Ghostwatch when it comes out later this year? Yeah. I've only seen it once, Pete. Yeah, so I would like to revisit it. And if it's got all special features on it, I'll definitely get that. Yeah, Michael Parkinson, and Sarah Green. Yeah, of course, a sensation, didn't it, when it was first screened in the early 90s? Yeah, so definitely getting that one. Yeah. Right. Richard Brown, cigarette burns is like in the mouth of madness. Yeah, I'll do a review of that, as I say. Richard Brown, do you listen to commentaries on DVDs and Alan? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I love the commentaries and that. Yeah, I'm always interested in hearing how a movie is sort of like made and that. You know, I like the anecdotes as well. You know, when the actors talk about like talking about like anecdotes on a set. There's a very interesting special feature on the Jennifer DVD I watched last night. You know, Dario Argento. The cast were talking about their experiences and that, you know, and some use, you know, good information and that. Yeah, I love all that. I love all the extras and that, and the commentaries and that. Yeah, Grace. Indie Phantom is saying, I want to watch those documentaries called In Search of Darkness about the 80s, but worried about spoilers. Yeah, I forget these movies. I haven't seen in a while yet. I say apologise again, guys, for that bloody lunatic outside roaring around. Yeah, you get them bloody nutcases down here all the time on them bloody stupid bikes. You know, you need to get more police patrols around here. They're bloody nutcases. They can cause an accident as well. They're driving along the road, but they've got no helmets on. You know, and you've got no licenses and that. You know, just speeding up and down. You know, oh, bloody nuts they are. Nothing better to do with their sad lives. Right, sorry about that. Thomas Pearson, I personally don't like bad language. I don't swear myself, but I know it's part of life. Yeah, I do agree with you, Alan. They could tone it down a bit. Yeah. Say all too often, story is put on a side burner, and you know, and he sort of like put all the expletives and the sex and that to the forefront, which I think is wrong. So many movies like that have been made, haven't they? You know, teenage and the same old story again and again and again and again. You get fed up with it in the end, guys. You like to see something different. And as I say, saying before when I first started, some of you might have missed it. I watched the movie last night on Amazon Prime called Drowning the Clown. Now, it's basically, I won't give too much away, but it's a very unusual movie about this girl. She loses her daughter in a swim when she's in the ocean having a swim in that. She loses her daughter, you know, she drowns in that, and then she got this doll, the little doll in that, and it keeps popping up. She gets this job in the office, and the doll keeps popping up in the office, you know, like you don't know what's going on in that. And there's some sort of the organization what she's working for, there's something, they've got a dark secret. So watch out for that one. It's called Drowning the Clown, and it's very cheap to rent as well. Yeah, it's a very, very weird movie in that, you know, I've never seen anything quite like it. Like it starts off like a haunted office story, and it goes down a different path. So yeah, you know, it's not a great movie by any stretch of the imagination, but yeah, give it a try. It's got lovely color as well, beautiful color and that. Yeah, so watch out for that one, Drowning the Clown. Yeah. Walk On, Always Believe. What are your thoughts on the Two Witches teaser trailer? I'm quite looking forward to the release on Blu-ray. I think I've seen that once, the trailer. Yeah, I don't know too much about that one. Yeah, let's have another look at that. Indie Phantom is saying, I love commentaries. Yeah, especially when you get more than one track. Halloween 4 had at least 3. Well, I've got loads of Blu-rays and DVDs in the cupboard where I haven't listened to the commentaries. A lot of special features I haven't got round to yet because I've got movies that's got that many special features on them. I'm sort of like wading my way through them gradually and that. But it's always great, you know, if you look forward to it, you know, you pick like the back of a Blu-ray. Oh, I've got to watch this, you know, commentary and that. Yeah, I get a great buzz out of that. The special features and that. Yeah, always the icing on the cake for me, because I love to know. I don't just watch movies. I like to know how they're made. I like to know about the actors. I like to know all the little anecdotes and that. Absolutely fascinating. Fascinates me. And I've got loads of books on, well, of course, primarily Hammer and horror on movies and that. And I just love everything about movies and that. You know, everything. Tutorway Liverpool. You okay, mate? Hi, all. I enjoyed your video on Get Carter, Kane's finest, in my opinion. Yeah, very, very gritty gangster movie. Another great movie of similar style is The Squeeze with Stacey Keach and Carol White, 1977. Yeah. Chestnut Sep 7 is asking me, ever see Grizzly? Yeah, I had that. I got the I think it's about over a year ago. I ordered the 88 films special edition of Grizzly. But yeah, it's Linda Day George's husband's in that, isn't he? Christopher George. I'm sure he's in that. Yeah, I wasn't too keen on it. You know, I was disappointed. I thought it might have been as good as Day of the Animals, which starred his wife and that, you know, Linda Day George and that. Yeah, I can't remember if he was in that as well with her, Christopher George. I know Leslie Nielsen was in it, but yeah, I was disappointed in Grizzly, unfortunately. Richard Brown is saying, did you like The Witch, if you've seen it? I couldn't get into that. It's another one of those movies I've watched 2 or 3 times and still couldn't get into it. Although I know a lot of people like it. It's one of those Marmite movies, isn't it? You know, you either like it or you loathe it. But yeah, I don't think I'll be watching it again. You know, it was too slow for me. You know, but as I say, I know a lot of people do like it. Yeah, it's like this new one that's come out now called Men. I don't know if any of you've seen that. Yeah, I've heard mixed reviews about that, Men. Some like it and some loathe it and that. But I believe you've got to sort of like, you've got to really stay with it and that, you know, right to the very end. Yeah, but it doesn't really sound my type of movie. Although, you know, I'm not averse to slow, don't get me wrong. I'm not averse to slow burners, but, you know, the more I've heard about it, the more it doesn't appeal to me. They had it in HMV today. I went over to Liverpool to HMV and they had it there, but I didn't get it, guys. I don't think it's my type of movie. Movies on tour is saying, why don't you like saucy stuff in horror films when it's so cliche of the genre? No, I didn't say that. I didn't say I don't like saucy stuff. What I said was I don't like excessive swearing. I don't mind. I know some saucy stuff is part and parcel of horror movies and that, you know, especially in some of the Carry On movies and that, you know, Carry On Screaming and that, you know, the double entendres and that. I'm not against saucy stuff, but what I'm trying to say is when it gets in the way of the story, when it's just thrown in for no reason at all, that I don't like. I don't like that. They're just throwing in dollops and dollops of sex and, you know, and bad language. Where's the story? You know, if it's necessary to the plot, yeah, I don't mind it, but I don't like it just thrown in every other scene that either slopping, you know, or, you know, sort of like, you know what I mean? I don't like it. Like a 65 to 70% of the movie consists of carnal activities and that, you know. Well, I like, it's got to be essential to the story, but I didn't say I didn't like saucy stuff. So I must correct you there. I didn't say I didn't like saucy stuff in films. Brian Gilson, I totally understand, Alan. We have someone in our street in Scotland that zooms up and down on a motorbike. Bloody plonker. I was looking into getting Tower of Evil on Blu-ray starring Dennis Price. Is it good? Tower of Evil's very good. Yeah, I've got that one on Blu-ray. It's very good. Yeah, it's great, Brian. Yeah, definitely. Walk On, Always Believe. I recently watched the Terrifier 2 trailer. Looks a difference, but at the same time similar. I'm looking forward to this one. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Terrifier 2 myself, Art the Clown. Yeah, I enjoyed the first one, and I enjoyed him in the anthology as well. Yeah, where he was the girl's babysitting, isn't she? And she's got these videotapes and that, and he's in them. Yeah, great horror character, Terrifier. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Where are we? Chestnut 7, the Carry On collection I have has commentaries with the actors. Love hearing their stories. Yeah, same here. Yeah. I've had a couple of Carry On movies on Blu-ray and that. You look absolutely stunning. You know, really good picture quality in that. My favorite Carry On though is Carry On Screaming. Yeah, some of them a little bit of a mixed bag for me. You know, some I like more than others and that. But Carry On Scream is fantastic. I can watch that anytime. You know, Harry H. Corbett, who was really on the money in that. And of course, you mustn't forget Kenneth Williams. Frying tonight. Immortal classic line in the Carry On movies, yeah. And of course, Fenella Fielding and that, you know, very Morticia-like looking character she played with the red dress and that, yeah. I love Carry On Screaming. Indie Phantom Men was not my thing. Oh, you've seen that one, have you? Yeah, as I say, I don't think I'll be watching that. It doesn't sound my cup of tea. It doesn't sound my cup of tea at all. Movies on tour, Men is awful. It's a film that paints every man as a predator, and it should be banned. Oh yeah, it doesn't sound much that at all, you know. So I won't be watching that. Tudor Wear Liverpool, Amicus and Hammer were the big guys of horror, yeah. But Tygon also made some classics, Blood on Satan's Claw, yeah. The Sorcerers, Witchfinder General, yeah. 3 of my favorite movies there, yeah. Yes, definitely, yeah. Yeah, I've got all them on Blu-ray. Love all those movies. And Karloff in that Sorcerers, he was fantastic as that. Nobody knows how to play a mad scientist quite like Boris Karloff. And of course, he had Ian Ogilvy, didn't he, in that, experimenting on him and that. Oh, it's great, The Sorcerers. Watch that anytime. And of course, The Witchfinder General, Vincent Price is one of his most nefarious roles ever. Yeah, based on the actual Matthew Hopkins. Yeah, and then of course Blood on Satan's Claw with Linda Hayden. Loved that as well. Yeah, look, I like me folk horror. Yeah, so yeah, great movies. Yeah, and Tygon. Yeah, definitely. I'd rank them right up there with Hammer and Amicus. Yeah, movies on tour. Bet your sex. You can go and take a run and jump. You're getting zapped. The idiots are out in force tonight, both inside and outside. Sorry about that, guys. You always get them, don't you? Sad lives. Right. Speaking of Linda, Robert Turner, speaking of Linda Day George, She Cried Murder with Telly Savalas in 1973. I've seen that advertised, yeah, on DVD. I might get that one. Yeah, I like Telly Savalas as well. Yeah. I believe she's Linda Day George. She might be returning to movies and that, and nothing definite in that. But I've heard evidence that she might be returning, to make a. I don't know if it's a horror movie and that, but yeah. So I'll keep us posted on that, guys. Yeah, love Linda Day George. Yeah, I've got I recently got more. I've ordered the MVD Blu-ray of Mortuary. That's a good one. What she's in, made in 1983. It's kind of like a black magic movie, occult and that, with a very strong occult leanings and that. It's a very good story, yeah. So when it arrives, I'll do an unboxing. Yeah, I love Mortuary, yeah, and it's great to get it with the slipcover and that, yeah. Richard Brown, that bloke on the motorcycle might be Nicky Henson from Psychomania. I don't know about Nicky Henson. He's a bloody nutcase, whoever he is, as are all of them who ride around on motorbikes causing a bloody nuisance. Richard Brown, was The Ghoul a Tygon film? I presume you're talking about the one with Peter Cushing when he has the son up in the attic. I'm not too sure. I think you might be right. It might be a Tygon film. Yeah. Movies on tour. Have you ever? Some people have got very sad lives. It's like these idiots on here that spoil our live streams, and I'm sure I don't need to say some of you guys have had more than your fair share of these nutters, coming onto the channel and spouting their crap. They must have sad lives, and that there must be something wrong up here. That's all I've got to say. There must be something seriously wrong with them. They must have sad lives. Yeah, idiots. Walk on, always believe. I have a big phobia of clowns due to trauma. I'll never see anything with the clown in it, but I'm fine with Terrifier as the character doesn't look like a traditional clown. Yeah, it's a great movie, Terrifier. Yeah, Pennywise was quite scary, wasn't he? In the book, It and that, and the original movie, Tim Curry. Yeah. But yeah, I wasn't too keen on the remakes, guys. I have to be, especially the second one. I didn't like that at all. It was too reliant on excuse me. It was too reliant on special effects and that. I didn't like it at all, guys. The novel was much better. Yeah. Oh yeah. If the, I do like me clown movies and that, providing the story's good. Vincent, you okay, Vince? Evening. I love the look of the Mummy and Frankenstein Blu-rays you reviewed the other day. Is there any other Hammer Blu-rays you'd like to see released? Yeah, hang on, guys. I just saw that bloody nutcase gone past on the bike. You know, they mustn't have anything else exciting in their lives and that, you know, to just ride around on a stupid bike all the time and that. Yeah, there must be something missing. Probably stolen as well. Sorry about that. Yeah, is there any other Hammer Blu-rays you'd like to see released? Well, it's all down to licensing, isn't it? You know, licensing difficulties and that, you know, the rights, who owns the rights and that. That's why they've been sort of like released all over the place. Screen Factory have done a pretty good job with their releases and that. And Indicator have released a couple of Hammer box sets, but the rights are all over the place and that. And all the Draculas, I tell you what I would like to see. I'd like to see a Screen Factory do a special edition of the rest of Christopher Lee's Dracula films, you know, with special features and that. I mean, I've only got the bare bones of Taste of Blood of Dracula and Dracula Has Risen from the Grave, but I'd love to see some, you know, special releases of them with all special features. Yeah, so you never know, they might just do that. Even Arrow might do it. Yeah, so fingers crossed. I'm glad you like the looks of those two anyway. Chestnut Step 7, don't believe it. Got a motorbike round my way now. I must be contagious. Just get on the phone and ring the cops, the police. All right, Carl. Thanks for dropping by. Hi, Alan. Hope you're okay. Good to see you live again. Oh, thanks very much, Carl. Yeah, I'm great now. Thanks. Yeah, it's good to be back. Yeah. Thanks very much for dropping by, mate. Spanish leather lining. Oh, it's the nutcase again. Where do these people come from? Do you know what, guys? I'm not being funny. They must crawl out of the stinking sewers, you know, and sort of like, if they've got nothing better to do, you know, to sort of like come on people's live streams and cause like sort of like, you know, mayhem basically and that. But they're not going to get a chance on mine because they'll just be zapped. You know, I can't tolerate people like that. You know, they're all over as well, aren't they? You know, as you've heard tonight. Carl saying, just bought Men, but I haven't seen it yet. I hope you enjoy it, Carl. Anyway, yeah, as I say, like, you know, after seeing some of the reviews of it, I decided to pass on that. But yeah, I know it's one of those Marmite movies. You know, some people like it and some people hate it. But I hope you enjoy it anyway. And I'd like to see you do a review of it. Yeah. Robert Turner is saying The Clown at Midnight starring Margot Kidder, 19. The Clown at Midnight. I don't think I've seen that one, Robert. Is it any good? Yeah. Edward Kopok is saying, have you ever seen a documentary on BBC which is on iPlayer called The Fear of God, 25 Years of The Exorcist? Highly recommend. I haven't seen that one, no. Tutorware Liverpool. The Ghoul was a Tyburn production, right? They also made Tales That Witness Madness. I've got Tales That Witness Madness. It's a great movie, that. Yeah, some great stories. I think that's a very, very underrated anthology movie, that one. It's got Donald Pleasance in the framing story. I love all the stories in that, but the one that sticks in my mind is the tiger, you know, the little lad with the tiger, and the tiger becomes real. And the one, well, they're all good, as I say, like, and the one with Uncle Albert, Susie Kendall. You know, a boyfriend buys all these sorts of like things from an antique shop, and it's a photo of this guy called Uncle Albert from the Victorian era, and he rides on a penny farm and he goes back in time. And then you've got the what's the other one? Oh yeah, Michael Jaston. I think that's the one that's in it, where he cuts that tree trunk down, and Joan Collins is his wife, and he puts a tree trunk. He becomes fascinated with this tree trunk, and he puts it in his house, and he says, "Do you love me? Do you love me?" Oh yeah, it's a bit of, granted, there's a bit of humor in that, but it's a great movie, that, you know, some great stories in it. Walk On, Always Believe. Pennywise is what caused the phobia for me. My cousin put it on when I was 6. That's the only flick to ever scare me. Yeah, he was very scary in the book. He was really scary in the book. But I don't need to say to you guys what I thought of the ending. I thought it was a bit of it, you know. I won't spoil it for you, but I didn't really like the ending and that, you know. And I know all the people have echoed me views on that, but I'll leave it there and that. But oh yeah, He is very scary character, especially in the novel. But and Tim Curry done a good job, as I say, in the mini series and that. But I didn't like the later one, guys. I have to say, you know, wasn't for me. Choose to Wear Liverpool, one of the greatest horror movies ever. The Devils with Oliver Reed, Ken Russell's masterpiece. Yeah, I think I saw that. I think I saw that in the 70s on, I think it was on BBC One. Yeah, I don't remember too much about it. Yeah, Oliver Reed. I like Oliver Reed. Great actor. I loved him in Curse of the Werewolf as well. He played Leon. Yeah, he's a great actor. And Oliver, when he played Bill Sykes, yeah. I thought Oliver Reed is one of our best actors in that. And of course, he's made quite a few Hammer films as well, hasn't he? Yeah. In The Shuttered Room as well. Yeah. Brian Gilson, do you like the old 60 TV series Dark Shadows? Wasn't too keen on that. Barnabas, yeah, I wasn't too keen on that, Brian. They also did 2 movies, Night of Dark Shadows and House of Dark Shadows, yet again. Yeah, they weren't really my cup of tea. Yeah, but I do know a lot of people like them, but they weren't for me. Walk On always believes Spanish leather lining is fake, Alan. Pete's saying, any films you have on pre-order? Well, I've ordered, as I said before, Pete, I've ordered a Linda Day George movie called Mortuary. Yeah, I've ordered that. But in terms of ordering them before they actually come out, not on the horizon at the moment. It's only the ones I've ordered. I've ordered the third Quatermass movie, so I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for Mortuary. And I've ordered the Ruins as well. I don't know if you've seen the Ruins. I've got the novel there as well. So what I'm going to do when I've read the novel and I've watched the movie, I'm going to do like a movie versus book comparison of the Ruins and that. So yeah, but nothing at the moment. I was considering pre-ordering the the Child's Play, movies, but I really like the first one on 4K. The second one's all right. I hated the third one where he was in the bloody military school. Yeah, so I'm still considering that ordering the Child's Play 4K, but of course, all finances permitting, of course, you've got to sort of like, you've got to be a little bit sort of like on your wallet sometimes and that, but I would love to have that one on 4K. And the remaining Halloween movies, again, not as good as the first ones and that. My favorite Halloweens with the first one from 1978 and part 2, they could have all been one big movie, couldn't they? Where he's in the hospital in Halloween 2 after Laurie Strode. They're my favorite 2. But after that, there was a couple of good ones in that, but the very later ones, like they were, some of the storylines were ridiculous and that. But yeah. Just get rid of this nutcase, guys. They're swarming into the stream to like a herd of bloody cockroaches. Just bear with me, guys. Sorry about these. It's talking about clowns before. We're getting the wrong kind of clowns tonight, aren't we? Probably got, as I say, we probably got sad lives. Chestnut 7 trolls got sent to bed by Mummy. I could think of more better places to send them to. Richard Brown is asking me, have you got a favourite Arrow films release, Alan? Oh, there's so many, Richard. I've got loads of Arrow releases. Some of my favourites are Tenebrae, the new 4K. I like Spider Baby with Lon Chaney Jr. I like The Bird with the Crystal Plumage. You can say I'm a big fan of that movie. Got the poster there. Great movie, Dario Argento. There's so many, there really is, and that. I've got a couple of Vincent Price's movies and that, I've got the Count Yorga movies and that, but yeah, there's so many Arrow titles and that, but they're some of my favorites anyway. Chestnut 7 is saying, I agree. I like Tales That Witness Madness. Same year. Joan Collins did Tales from the Crypt, I think. I love Tales from the Crypt, yeah. Yeah, she made a couple of horror movies, didn't she, Joan Collins? Yeah. I like it in that one, I Don't Want to Be Born, where she has the demonic baby. That's a good one, with Ralph Bates. And if you've seen that one. But yeah, I love Joan Collins, yeah. Right. Just bear with me, guys. I'm just getting the comments. Richard Brown, I think I'd rather have Joan Collins than Lump of Wood. Yeah. Robert Turner, you're right, Robert. Have you seen The Legacy starring Sam Neill and Catherine Ross? Seen it? I've got it in my collection. Yeah. Great movie. Yeah, great movie. The guy out the who's in it, isn't he? He comes to a rather nasty end, doesn't he? Yeah, it chokes to death. Yeah. Yeah, I've got The Legacy. Yeah, it's a very good movie. Yeah. Yeah, I love The Legacy. Walk On, Always Believe. Personally, I'm not an Oliver Reed fan, as he's not a nice person. I also don't rate him as an actor. He just has a good look with him, looking tough and rugged. But he played a great Bill Sykes. Everybody to their own opinion, as I say many, many times. You know, we can't all like the same things. You know, there's a lot of actors I hate, but I won't mention any names here. Lee Merritt, you're right, Lee Mace. What do you think of the 70s made for TV horror movies? I love them. Yeah, I've got quite a few of them. Yeah, I've got a couple of anthologies and that. Yeah, I love this. Yeah, I love the made for TV horror movies. Yeah, that some of those stories, you know, can knock spots off some of the rubbish that's getting made today. You know, I'd rather watch a good 70s TV horror movie than some of, as I say, a lot of the horror movies now, they've got no stories to them. The characters aren't very, you can't root for them. You know, I was always saying to my mum the other night, was watching a film and said, you know, you can't root for any of the characters in this. You know, they're just yeah. It was a movie called I don't know if you've seen it, guys. It's a movie called Dark Feed, and it's basically about this group of youngsters. They're making this horror movie in this big, absolutely labyrinth maze of a deserted asylum, you know, and there's ghosts in it, of course, and that. But the story was terrible. I would have had a better time watching paint dry. Oh yeah, you can't root a lot of. This is another thing what I don't like in some of these horror movies. You can't root for the characters. You know, you can sit down. It looks good and that. You read the blurb at the back, but when you put it on, you think, bloody hell, what have I just wasted me money on? You know, oh yeah, you can't beat a good character. And you know, in a horror movie, I think Stephen King himself once said, characters are an essential part of a story. If you can't root for the characters, the story falls flat on its face. Choose away Liverpool. Has anyone, excuse me, has anyone ever seen Phantom of the Paradise 1974? It's a bit campy, but classic De Palma movie. Isn't that the one where he's in the shopping mall? I think I saw that on BBC in the 70s. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's Arrow's done a Blu-ray release of that. I'll have to check that one out again. Yeah. Yeah, Phantom of the Paradise. Choose Away Liverpool is saying, I Don't Want to Be Born. It's a great little movie, yeah. Carolyn Munro, especially, yeah. Oh, I love Carolyn Munro. Yeah, she's made many films, hasn't she? I loved it in Dracula AD 1972, yeah. I saw Carolyn real a couple of years ago at the Liverpool HorrorCon. I didn't meet her, I just saw her, you know, signing autographs and that. She was wandering around and that, you know, yeah. Great to see them in person. You know, some of these stars, what you've seen on the telly for years and you've admired, actually seeing them real. Yeah. Well, I would have loved to have seen Christopher Lee real, you know. Oh yeah, and Peter Cushing. Oh yeah, fantastic. Yeah. Yeah. Rock and Roll Hell. I watched the made for TV Toby Hooper film called I'm Dangerous Tonight. That's the one Anthony Perkins in, isn't it? A few nights ago, heard of that one, a bit tame for my liking. I saw that on one of the I think it was Wow HD. I'm Dangerous Tonight, Anthony Perkins. I've never seen it, but it's a trifle expensive, you know, so I'll wait till it comes down a bit. Yeah, so yeah, I'm Dangerous Tonight. Yeah, Anthony Perkins. Yeah, I know the one you mean. Never seen it though. Walk On, Always Believe. Have you seen an anthology called Theatre Bizarre? It's strange, but I quite like it. I have it on DVD. I think I've seen that one. Yeah, a couple of years ago. I don't remember too much about it, but I'm sure I've seen that one on Amazon Prime. I watch a lot of horror anthology movies and that. you know, some really good ones, some really bad ones and that, but I'm sure I've seen that Theatre Bazaar. Yeah. Isn't the one where, what's the name host, the Godfather of Gore, Herschel Gordon Lewis, is that the one where he's in the bookend, he's in like the framing story? Chestnut 7 is saying, I hardly buy today's movies. I buy the old ones. I don't blame you. Yeah, yeah. I must admit, like, you know, there's not all that many. I mean, there's a good fair few I like, but there's not. I like a lot of the older horror movies, like, you know, with Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing, you know, Hammer and Amicus and that, you know, if it going back even further, Boris Karloff and the Frankenstein movies. They were the, for me, they were the you know, the best horror movies ever made in my opinion. Yeah, but don't get me wrong, I do like some modern horror movies. I mean, for instance, I like the Ring movies with Naomi Watts. I like a movie called Hellion. That's a very good movie. Don't know if ever you've seen that, where the couple, a group of people, they rent this sort of like a room at the top of this tower block, and they get trapped up there, and it's supposed to be haunted. That's a good one. Hellions, yeah. I like Terrifier, Drag Me to Hell. Yeah, you've got, you know, like there is some little gems like amongst some of the modern horror movies. It all depends on the story and the director and that, you know, yeah. Brian Gilson is saying Salem's Lot was one of the best 70s TV movies. Yeah, I'd certainly agree with you there, Brian. Yeah, love Salem's Lot. I did not like that remake with Rutger Hauer. I didn't like that. And I did not like that awful A Return to Salem's Lot. Oh, God, was I bored watching that, guys. It was an awful, awful movie. It really was, yeah. Let's just hope this new one, what to do, and let's hope it's as good as the one with David Solon, but I'm not holding my breath because I know, you know, I've watched, you know, they make a big hoolah about these modern, they're going to remake The Exorcist, they're going to remake the Halloween, they're going to remake this, they're going to remake that. And when you actually watch them, 95% of the time, they turn out to be very, very disappointing. So I say I'm not holding my breath for this new Salem's Lot, but that, what you've mentioned, 1979, that is the best one, definitely, beyond the shadow of a doubt. Richard Brown, Brian De Palma has made some fantastic horror and thriller films. Yeah, yeah, love Brian De Palma. Chestnut 7 would love to have had a hat with Peter Cushing. All around my hat. Rock and Roll Hell. Yep, Anthony Perkins. Yeah. Madchen Amick D. Wallace. Yeah, and R. Lee Emney. Great cast, I'll give it that. Yeah, I'll have to check that out, that one. Yeah, I'm Dangerous Tonight. Pete saying, what has been the most disappointing film of the year for you, Alan? Well, I've watched a few, Pete. You know, yeah, a lot of these modern ones, it's been out and that. You know, I wasn't too keen on, wasn't really keen on Malignance. You know, I didn't really rate that one. I'm just trying to think now. There's quite a few, like a lot of low budget ones that I've watched. You know, I haven't been too keen on. Well, if you've been watching me reviews and that, you'll know the ones I mean and that. Yeah, I'd say, like, you know, a lot of horror movies now, what they're making, like the story, you know, leaves a lot to be desired and that, you know, you would think, wouldn't you, like, what the amounts of people that's sending scripts in, you know, sending scripts into Hollywood, you would think they'd have, you know, a plethora of options, you know, plenty of stories to choose from, rather than rehashing the same old thing over and over again, you know, teenagers in the woods and that, you know, but yeah, you know, it's very hard now to get a good horror movie. But as I say, that Man, I think I won't be watching that. Like, I've heard a lot of, I say, what I've heard about it and that, you know, the more I hear about it, the more, you know, I'll give that a miss and that. Yeah. So right, bear with me, guys. Richard Brown is saying Ben Wheatley and Peter Strickland are two great British horror weird filmmakers. Yeah, not really familiar with their works. What movies have they made then? Rock and Roll Hell, seeing the photo of the new Pinhead for the new Hellraiser. Are they going to make a new Hellraiser movie? How many more of them are they going to make? She looks so damn good. Film's out next month. So it's going to be a female Pinhead, is it? Oh, God. What next? Pete's saying, I enjoyed your most boring horror films. Will you do most boring films of other genres? The thought has crossed my mind, Pete. Yeah. And I've got an absolute plethora of boring movies from other genres now. One comes right into my head right away. 2001: A Space Odyssey. Oh, that was a real bore fest. That really was. Yeah. I didn't like that at all. I didn't like the Blair Witch Project either. Getting back onto horror, but as I say, getting back to other genres. That one, the 2001: A Space Odyssey. Yeah, Paint Your Wagon. I didn't like that either. I thought that was that was Clint Eastwood's worst movie. Paint Your Wagon. Yeah, but yeah, Peace. Yeah, I'm considering doing 20 most boring movies of genres outside horror. Yeah, so watch this space anyway. Yeah. Right. Chestnut Seb 7 is saying, oh yeah, I agree. I liked Wakewood, for instance, as a good modern horror. How much? Yeah, I love Wakewood. Yeah. I like the premise of that. Yeah, where he tried to the daughter, they bring her back, but she can only come back for a couple. I think is it 3 days, and then she's got to go back again. And that. Yeah, I love Wakewood. Yeah, it's a real good folk horror, movie. That Wakewood. And I don't know if any of you buy the Dark Side magazine. That's the number one horror magazine at the moment. And I just bought my copy today. Got a great feature on the Wicker Man. One of my, I think that's my all-time favorite folk horror movie, The Wicker Man. Yeah. So if you buy the Dark Side magazine, you're in for a treat. Yeah. Love The Wicker Man. Choose Away Liverpool is saying, there's a great TV horror series on BBC iPlayer called Red Rose. It's set in Bolton, and it's about a group of teenagers who are controlled by an internet application. Oh, some scary moments, defo worth a watch. Oh yeah, I'll give that a whirl. Yeah, thanks for that. Pete's saying, which actor or actress would you love to meet who is still alive? Well, I'd love to meet Linda Day George, because she's one of my favorites female actresses. Like, made quite a few horror movies. Yeah. I said before about Christopher Lee, but sadly he's no longer with us. And that there's not, when you think about it, like there's not all that many horror actors left, is there? You've got Robert Englund. I'd like to meet him. Robert Englund, yeah, played Freddy Krueger. I'd like to meet him. I'd like to meet Carolyn Munro, but I did see it at the horror convention, but I never actually spoke to her, face to face. I just seen her like momentarily and that. Yeah. So yeah, Carolyn Munro, Linda Hayden. He's made quite a few horror movies and that. Linda Hayden, Anthony Hopkins. I like to meet him. Very good actor. He played, of course, Hannibal Lecter. Yeah, in the Silence of the Lambs series. Yeah, Anthony Hopkins. I'd like to meet Clint Eastwood. Yeah. I've always been a big fan of Clint's. Yeah, love Clint Eastwood. I'm just trying to think. There's anybody else? Vincent Price was another one, but of course he's no longer with us. Yeah. But oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's always a thrill, isn't it, to meet an actor who you've admired for years and years, and that it'd be like unreal, wouldn't it? You think to yourself, I've watched this actor for years and years, like on screen and that, and finally meeting them face to face and that, oh yeah, it'd just be unreal, wouldn't it? Dario Argento, although he's a director, I'd like to meet him. Dario Argento, yeah. Walk On, Always Believe. One of my favorite films is The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. That's a great movie, that. Yeah, Rebecca De Mornay, yeah. With the great Rebecca De Mornay, yeah. Which really needs a Blu-ray release. I couldn't agree more. Yeah, I'm waiting for a Blu-ray release of that. I think HMV Premium would be perfect for it. Well, you never know. Yeah, it just might come to fruition. Yeah, or even Arrow. If they're listening that, watching this video, yeah, get The Hand That Rocks the Cradle out on Blu-ray. Yeah, definitely overdue for a Blu-ray release. I'll tell you a couple of other movies as well that need a Blu-ray release. The Legend of the Werewolf with Peter Cushing from 1975. That's a great one. That The Legend of the Werewolf, The Ghoul, starring Peter Cushing again from the mid-70s. That needs a Blu-ray release. The Shuttered Room, as I mentioned before, that needs a Blu-ray release. Yeah, and when you really start thinking and that, you can think, you start thinking, well, why hasn't this movie come out on Blu-ray? You know, but oh yeah, well, you never know. Like they're bringing them out bit by bit and that, aren't they? You know, so yeah, HMV Premium would be perfect for the Hand That Rocks the Cradle. I've got a couple of HMV Premium titles. Yeah, great series that. Robert Turner is saying, I bet the new Salem's Lot will be lousy, but at least it will promote, but at least it will promote the 1979 masterpiece for those that haven't seen it. Yeah, I'm not counting my chickens about the quality of this new upcoming Salem's Lot, to be honest. I'm not, you know, I've become that disillusioned and discouraged with all these remakes and that. So I've just sort of like I've got like this default mindset now, or they must probably be crap, you know, which a lot of other horror fans have got. You know, you've got the default mindset thinking, oh, they must probably be rubbish and that, you know. But there has been one or two exceptions. I think I've said this before. I like the Amityville Horror remake. I think it was it 2005? I thought that was better than the 1979 one with Margot Kidder. I thought it was a great movie, that remake. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. It really was. Yeah. One of the worst remakes, guys, was Psycho, the one that didn't have Anthony Perkins, and that was dire. That really dire. Oh yeah, awful movie. Richard Brown, Ben Wheatley made The Kill List and A Field in England. I haven't seen them, Richard. Peter Strickland made Barbarian Sound Studio and Fabric. I haven't seen those two, although I've heard a lot about those last two. I'll have to check them out. Yeah, thanks for that. Robert's saying, I love your passion for these films, Alan. Oh yeah, I love me movies. Yeah. Oh yeah. Grew up watching movies and that, you know, horror movies on our old, I've said it before, on our old black and white TV and that, you know, but when I saw them in colour, we first got starting to feel old now. We first got our first colour television set. I can remember the month we got it and the year, September 1975. Yeah. And the very first thing that we watched on that, this is how good my memory is about the colour TV. The very first series, it's not horror. The very first series when we got the colour TV set up, what was a series called Moving On, which I don't know if any of you guys have heard of it. It consists of two truck drivers, and it was a chubby dark guy. He always pops up in TV movies. I don't know his name, but he was the main character, and he had it was a younger boy, but was it Dennis Cole? I'm not sure it was Dennis Cole, but yeah, that was the first TV series I saw in colour. Moving On, because they used to show it of an afternoon, you know, in 1975. Yeah, the very first TV series I saw in colour. Moving On. Yeah, as I say, starting to feel my age now. Rock and Roll Hell. Shame Linda Day George went to obscurity after Christopher George died. Yeah. As I said before, she might. You know, I have heard rumours that she might be making a comeback, but nothing definite at the moment. It'd be nice to see her, you know, back like making a new film. She's a lovely lady, you know. Oh, I watched while we're on the subject of Linda Day George, guys, I watched that Ants the other night. You know, the one she made in 1977, where she's sort of like she's in this hotel and that. It's got another title as well called It Happened at Lakewood Manor. And it's basically, without giving too much away, guys, it's about this hotel and it's besieged by this plague of ants and that. I won't tell you too much about it. And if anybody here who doesn't like screams about insects and that. But it wasn't a bad movie. Yeah, it was a lovely colour. And of course, Linda Day George was on the money, as she always is in her movies and that. She was also in this. She's also best known for Mission Impossible, isn't she? Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's a lovely lady. Yeah. She always, it's always nice for her fans and that, you know, and that. Yeah. Very pleasant and that. Yeah. One of the best American actresses, in my opinion. Yeah. Love Linda Day George. As I say, I can't wait to get Mortuary. You know, I've ordered the special edition with the slipcase and that. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to checking that one out again. Pete's saying, did you get Dog Soldiers on second sight? No, I didn't, Pete. No. I have to be honest with you, Pete. It's not one of my favorite werewolf movies. Yeah, I watched it many years ago on DVD. Yeah, it did cross my mind to give it another go, but yeah, I decided not to. And that, yeah, I wasn't really a great fan of that movie, to be honest with you. Yeah, and I don't know if it was the military elements or not. You know, the soldiers and that. You know, fighting the werewolves and that. Yeah, but yeah, it's not. Unfortunately, it's not one of my favorites. Werewolf movies, so yeah, I didn't bother. Piece. Right. Chestnut Seb 7 is saying, rerunning Randall and Hopkirk. Oh, I used to love Randall and Hopkirk. Yeah. Randall and Hopkirk on TV, starting on the 9th for those that don't have the originals. Oh, yeah. Kenneth Cope. Yeah, Kenneth Cope and Mike Prass. Oh, fantastic. Yeah. Do you know what? I started watching that in the late 60s and I never missed one single episode. I absolutely loved it. You know, the part where Marcy, nobody can see me, Jeff, only you, Jeff, only you. And then he's got his girl, hasn't he, Jeannie, you know, yeah, sort of like, she's very good in that. And of course, Mike Prass and that. Kenneth Cope, he's from my neck of the woods, Merseyside, yeah. Oh, love Randall and Hopkirk, yeah. I didn't like the remake though. I think, did he make, was it in the 1990s or the early noughties? I didn't like that one, but I love the original. Rock and Roll Hell. Robert Englund is great to me. He's proper nice, chatty bloke. Yeah, I'd love to read Robert Englund. Yeah. The only Freddy Krueger for me. Yeah. Pete's asking me, if you were given a chance to direct a film, what would you make? I'd love to direct Frankenstein, but of course, I'd like to have an actor of Boris Karloff's caliber, you know, and which I think would be very, very difficult, you know, to recapture his magic and that, because the way he portrayed that Frankenstein creature in those 3 movies in the 30s, I thought it was absolutely phenomenal. You know, phenomenal the way he sort of like he really gave it pathos and that, you know, and you really, as well as sort of like recalling from him in horror, you'd also felt pity for him as well. Oh yeah, Boris Karloff, he was the best Frankenstein monster ever. So yeah, I'd like to direct Frankenstein. I'd like to direct Dracula, you know, but of course, again, I'd have to pick an actor that would be like Christopher Lee, you know, which would be very, very hard to do, you know. And for the 3rd choice piece, I'd like to direct a werewolf movie. Yeah. So, and maybe possibly a horror anthology. Yeah, but I'd make sure that the framing story, you've got all good actors for the framing story as well. Yeah. So, yeah. I'd love to direct a movie. Peter Cushing's here. Of course, not the Peter Cushing. Hi, Alan. You okay, Peter? I'm still buying DVDs. Is it worth the upgrade to Blu-ray for films that are, that are 50, 55 plus years old? Yeah, that's a matter of opinion, really, isn't it? I know I had the DVD, I've still got the DVDs of the old Universal movies, and I have upgraded them to Blu-ray, and you look better on Blu-ray. Even the Hammer films look better. It depends on the, I suppose it depends on the original print, doesn't it? You know, the negatives and that, you know, the quality of the actual, when it was shot at the time, how good the wear and tear, you know, the effect of the wear and tear, has it gone really deep in that? So I suppose it all comes down to the basic film elements, doesn't it? But as I say, getting back to the Universals, I mean, the ones I've got, the picture's been absolutely pristine, you know, and I believe, as I say, well, obviously they come out on 4K, but I'm not sure whether I'd upgrade to 4K because I'm quite happy with the ones I've got. But I would recommend, you know, buying some of the old films on Blu-ray, because they've done a real good job. But the ones I've got anyway, they've done a real good job with the transfers. Yeah, definitely. Right, let's just scroll a bit, guys. Just bear with me a sec. Robert Turner is saying, I want a Blu-ray release of The Stepford Wives with Catherine Ross and Paula Prentice. It's years since I saw that one, Robert. Yeah. I read the novel. I enjoyed the novel. Yeah. I'll have to revisit that at some points. I'd love to see a Blu-ray release myself. Yeah. I love Catherine Ross. Yeah. She's great in The Legacy as well, I mentioned before. Yeah. The Stepford Wives. Chestnut 7 is saying Psycho remake was pointless. Yeah, I'd certainly second that. Yeah, one of the worst remakes I've ever seen in my whole life. Dire movie. Can't beat Anthony Perkins playing Norman Bates. I mean, he made that part his own, didn't he? Just like Christopher Lee made Dracula his own, and Karloff made Frankenstein monster his own. Cushing, you know, he made Baron Frankenstein his own. You associate these actors, don't you, in these roles and that, and you know, no matter who else plays that who else, you know, takes over that character, you still think of the, you know, the original actor and the one that gave the best performances and that. And of course, in regards to Psycho, there's no one better than Anthony Perkins playing that Bates, you know, that role in Norman Bates. I hated that remake of Psycho. Walk On, Always Believe. I have a few HMV premiums. My favorite one is Fatal Attraction. That's a good movie, that. Yeah. Michael Douglas and Glenn Close, which is another one of my favorites. Hand That Rocks the Cradle. Yeah. And Fatal Attraction are different, but they remind me of each other. Yeah. As I say, I'd love to see, somebody else said as well, I'd love to see The Hand That Rocks the Cradle get a Blu-ray release. So as I say, if any of the labels are watching this video, you know, you need to get that out on Blu-ray. You know, love The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. She's a great actress, Rebecca De Mornay. Yeah. Oh, she's really evil, and that wasn't she? Really evil. Choose Aware Liverpool is saying, I agree with you about The Wicker Man. I love the casting. Lindsay Kemp. Mime chooses a David Bowie as the landlord. The soundtrack is also amazing, creates the creepy atmosphere. Yeah. Oh, I love The Wicker Man. It's a very, very unique movie as well, because it starts off, you know, when Edward Woodward, as Sergeant Howie, he goes to the island. That it starts off as you think it's going to be very gentle, a gentle British police drama, in something like Heartbeat, you know, a movie version of Heartbeat, you know, gentle, like a gentle sort of like atmosphere and that. But soon, as the movie goes on, well, it goes without saying, or it soon escalates, doesn't it, into a living nightmare for poor Sergeant Howie. And Christopher Lee as Lord Summerisle. Oh God, he was fantastic in that. Well, he's always fantastic, isn't he, in his role? But in that role of Lord Summerisle, oh my word, did he pull that role off? Oh, 100%. Richard Brown. Did you have a video recorder in the day, Alan? Yeah, I got my first video recorder, Richard, in I remember the month and the year, January 1986. Yeah, I always remember coming home from Liverpool and going to Dixon's and that, and you know, got all the paperwork in, and he's saying you can take it away now. It's made up and that, because I'd wanted one for years. Yeah, the first videos we rented when we got one was Carrie, good movie. City of the Living Dead, good movie, and The Hills Have Eyes, yeah, good movie, all in one night, yeah. I was like that once I got my membership card through and that. I joined all the stores in my area, because what it was, every store had different movies, you know, because you had Rock's video, and then you'd have the Cabin video, and you had Lane video, and they all had different movies and that, you know, and even in ones in New Brighton as well. You know, some of the I can't remember the names of them now. I joined them just to get the maximum choice, you know. But oh yeah, I was always renting videos out when I got my video recorder. It was always one of my number one desires was to get in the early 80s to get a video recorder, you know. And oh, I was excited when I tell you, it's one of the highlights of my life, guys. In the 80s, get me first VHS video recorder. Oh, and when you got them, when I went to Rock's Records and got them in the covers, because when I first started renting them, you only get them in the you know, the stuff like plastic, no picture on the front, the plastic plain covers. But when I joined Rock's Records, it was a revelation, because you got them in the big chunky, you know, the big chunky cases and that. Oh yes, made up. Yeah. Oh yeah, fantastic. Yeah, those were the days. Yeah. Rock and Roll Hell is saying Pieces is my favorite Linda Day movie. Bastard! Oh, I know. Yeah. Well, she shouts that out all right, doesn't she? Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. I bet your vocal cords were sore after that scene. Yeah, it's good Pieces. Yeah, not for everybody, because it's got some rather gratuitous scenes of gore in it, like, but it's a great movie, and what an ending as well. What an ending. Yeah, that's one of my favorite Linda Day George movies. Pieces. I've got the special edition of that in my collection. Yeah, love Pieces. Yeah. Sorry guys, just who is this nutcase has just come on? Get out my sight now, you idiots. Another Billy No Mates. They must lead some sad lives, these idiots, you know. I wish I knew where they lived. Chestnut Seb 7. I wouldn't even watch the new Randall Hopkirk. Yeah, it's a load of rubbish. Pete's asking me, are you a fan of In Sickness and in Health Until Death Us Do Part, as BBC are releasing lost episodes very soon? Oh, that's interesting. I've watched well, I used to watch a lot of Till Death Us Do Part, Alf Garnis, yeah. You silly moo, yeah, fantastic, yeah. Now, in regards to In Sickness and in Health, I think I've only seen 1 or 2 episodes of those pieces, yeah. But I did watch a lot of Till Death Us Do Part, yeah. Oh, yeah, he was real. What's the name? He used to have a rant, a rant in every episode, didn't he? Yeah. Warren Mitchell was in it as well, yeah. Fantastic, yeah. What was Warren Mitchell? Dandy Nichols, wasn't it? Yeah. And the Booth, the Scouse fella, Booth. What I forget his is it Tony Booth? Yeah, he was in it, wasn't he? Yeah, they were always arguing, weren't they? Yeah. Oh, I used to love Till Death Us Do Part. I like the movie as well, but as I say, I'm not too familiar with In Sickness and in Health. I've only watched 1 or 2 of them. Yeah, but that's interesting. Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, I'll watch out for those. Bushman Blue. All right, Mark, how are you? Okay, thanks for dropping by. Hi, Alan. Late to the party again. Don't worry about it, Mark. You're okay. Got back to time. Yeah. Thanks for dropping by. Peter Cushion is saying modern film recommendation. The Love Witch. I've got The Love Witch. Yeah, I love that one. Lovely coloured movie. Oh yeah, very very reminiscent of the 60s and that. Yeah. And it's got in many ways it's similar to Bewitched. You know the series with Elizabeth Montgomery. Oh yeah, I love the Love Witch. Yeah. I've got that in my collection. Yeah, I plan to watch that again very very soon. Yeah. Beautifully shot movie. Yeah. Peter Cushion saying idea for an Irish Frankenstein film. Frank O'Brien. Oh. Pete's saying, what's your least favorite Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing film? Now you've got me thinking there, Pete. My least favorite Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing film. God, I think like nearly everything what they've done. I was just trying to think one I was really disappointed in. There was one called Night of the Big Heat. I wasn't too keen on that one. Night of the Big Heat, yeah, I wasn't too keen on that one. And I know this one, Peter Cushing was in this one, but Christopher Lee wasn't in it. The Blood Beast Terror, I wasn't a big fan of that one. The giant moth, the girl, I think it's a girl. She turns into a big giant moth. Yeah, I wasn't too keen on that one. And I believe Peter Cushing himself, he said he wasn't too keen on that one. Yeah, I think it was made in 1968. The Blood Beast Terror. If you haven't seen it, check it out and see what you think. Yeah, and I'm trying to think of any others. Oh, I tell you what, Pete. In regards to Christopher Lee, I got that Christopher Lee box set, the Eurocryptic Christopher Lee last year, and there's a couple of movies in that what I was disappointed in. There was one, Christopher Lee played Sherlock Holmes. Was it Sherlock Holmes and the Pearl Necklace? I thought that was really bad. I didn't like that one at all. Like Peter Cushing wasn't in that one, but Christopher Lee was in it. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that one. Yeah, it was quite disappointing, that box set, the Eurocryptic Christopher Lee. But they brought another one out now. The films on this one, they look better. Yeah, so I'm a little bit on the fence though. I haven't bought the first one. I'm a little bit on the fence of whether I should buy this, venture about at 90 quid or 100 quid for this new one. It's a lot of money, isn't it? Yeah, but as I say, I wasn't too keen on Night of the Big Heat and that the Blood Beast Terror and the Sherlock Holmes one. Yeah, I'm sure I'll think of 1 or 2 others when the stream's over. Yeah, but I say most of the work I've loved. Chestnut 7 is saying, Playtendo guy, that's good news. Love the show. Yeah. Life Fleetwood, you're right, Larry. Moving on, 1974 to 76, so Claude Akins and Frank Converse. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, as the 2 truckers. I watched that on German TV back in the day. There was a Region 1 DVD released a few years back. That's the one. Yeah, that's the series. I mean, that was the first TV series I watched on me called TV. Yeah, moving on. Yeah. Pete's asking me, what were some of your favorite shops back in the 80s and 90s? I bet there was many great media shops back then. Well, I loved Woolworths. yeah, the pick and mix, going in and getting all the sweets and that. Loved Woolworths. I'll tell you what it did, like our price. Yeah, he used to have one. He had one in Liverpool and he had one in Birkenhead. I used to go in and get the VHSs and that, you know, the VHS movies. Yeah, so, yeah. So Woolworths, our price. There used to be a store in used to be a little store in Birkenhead. It's gone now. I got demolished years ago. It used to sell a load of American comics and that, like a little, like a newsagents, but also it had a lot of American horror comics and that. I forget the name of it, but that was a huge favorite of mine. I was always in there buying the American, you know, the American famous monsters of Filmland magazines and that. Yeah, because you couldn't get them anywhere else and that. Yeah, it was in Conway Street in Birkenhead. So is anybody here from Birkenhead who remembers that little store? You know, do please tell me, like, because I can't remember the name of it, but it was always in there. It always had wire on the window and that. And when I was a kid, like coming home from school, it was always, I used to go there quite a lot and that, look to see what the latest comics were and that, and it'd be right in there if there's any I fancied and that. Yeah. So yeah, I tell you what I do miss, Pete. I miss Debenhams as well. I like Debenhams. Yeah, yeah. Sadly, all closed now, haven't they? I don't ever hope HMV, please God, HMV never go. You know, because if they go, I mean, where are you going to get your where are you going to go shopping other than CX and what's the other store? The charity shops where they have the Blu-rays and DVDs. So I just hope, fingers crossed, the HMV doesn't go under as well. You know, it'd be a shame, like, you know, if they went, like, because they're you know, I love going in there, browsing through the movies and that, you know. So yeah, fingers crossed they don't go under. Yeah, but yeah, when you think back, like, you know, there's some stores, like, you know, you think back to your child and your teen years, and you think, you know, you wish they were still going. But I did love Woolworths. Yeah, I mean, not only for the pick and mix, but also for the albums as well. Because like whenever ABBA brought a new album out, I'd be right down Woolies on the day of release and that, and snap it up. Like, I remember going down getting Voulez-Vous when it first came out in the spring of 1979, and also ABBA the album. Yeah, got that from Woolies as well. And that, oh yeah, I used to love Woolworths. Yeah, one day, fingers crossed, you might come back. You never know. Robert Turner is saying, do you remember ITV's Murder Mystery Suspense series from 1980? I think I've seen one or two of them. I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember too much about them because I was more interested in the horror TV shows. Yeah, but I do remember it. Yeah. Does anybody remember a series from 1980 called? It was about a detective from the Victorian days. He was called Crib. He used to wear a bowler hat and that. The series started in 1980. You watched that? He was a bit like Sherlock Holmes, you know. Yeah, Crib. Yeah, I used to watch that a few times. But I don't remember. Obviously, it's years ago. I don't remember the stories and that. But I remember it's the series starting in 1980. I tell you, was a big favourite of mine in the 70s. Roger Moore and Tony Curtis, the Persuaders. I used to love that. You know, all the things he got up to and that, you know, yeah. Like Roger Moore, he was sort of like a lord, wasn't he? Lord Sinclair. And Tony Curtis, Danny, he was a bit more streetwise, wasn't he? Yeah. Great chemistry on screen, yeah. The Persuaders, yeah. Yeah, I used to love the Persuaders, yeah. Walk On Always Believe is saying, Rebecca De Mornay is an incredible actress. Yeah, I'd certainly second that. Also in The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, yeah. She's evil, but no spoilers. If she didn't have what happened to her happen, she wouldn't have done what she did. Yeah, yeah. It's a while since I saw her, so I don't remember every little thing about it, but I know she's fantastic in that role. And I just hope it gets some company does it justice and gives it a good, Blu-ray release. Peter Cushion is saying, I got a few obscure old horror thrillers in the last few months. All DVDs, I'm afraid. Fright Night, Venom, Bloodsuckers, The Mind of Mr. Soames, Horror Hospital. Yeah. Walk On Always Believe. She was out for revenge, plus what happened to her messed her up. She's kind of a victim in a way in The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. Yeah, I'll have to revisit that because it's quite a while since I last saw it. Yeah, but oh yeah, they could even release it on 4K. You never know, because they're bringing a lot of the classics out now on 4K, aren't they? Yeah, so you never know. At some point in the future, they might release a Blu-ray of that and also a 4K. Right, just scroll a bit, guys. Just bear with me. Brian Gilson says, I miss the video shops looking at all the cover art, same here, and getting sweets to watch them with the video covers were amazing. Yeah, Blockbuster, the popcorn and that, you know, yeah, I was always in Blockbuster. Yeah. And so I used to love it when they had the special offers on as well and that, you know, sometimes you get a free movie and that. Yeah, great. Those were the days, as Mary Hopkins says. Rock and Roll Hell. Did you grab the Scream Factory Halloween 4Ks? I got the first few. Yeah, got the first few last fall. They're putting 6 H20 and Resurrection out next month on 4K too. Yeah, some proper polished tears amongst that lot. I know. Yeah, they're not as good, are they? They're not as good as the first few. Yeah, especially that one where he's in the Big Brother house. I didn't like that one at all. I didn't like the way they killed Laurie Strode off. As you know, when the first was it the first 20 minutes of the movie? I didn't like that at all. Yeah, so yeah, and I'm a little bit on the fence about that, getting them like, and the price of them as well. And they put them in a box set as well, haven't they? Which, you know, I thought was a bit strange because the others were they all got individual releases, didn't they? But for some reason, they put all these in like a box set. Yeah, so yeah, I haven't really made my mind up about them. Yeah. Chestnut Seb 7 is saying, funny how Alf Garner's always argue with Tony Booth. Yeah, Tony Booth, the Scouse Giss. Yeah, about politics, and later on, Tony Booth's daughter married Tony Blair. I know. Yeah, weird, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, I was good, Alf Garner's. Larry Fleetwood says, speaking of UK sitcoms, Nearest and Dearest. Oh, I used to love that. Have you been, Walter? Hilda Baker, the late Grace Hilda Baker. Yeah. Big staple of my childhood viewing, Nearest and Dearest. Yeah. The Pickle Factory, Jimmy Jewell. Yeah. Nearest and Dearest. Yeah. I think it's one of the funniest ever. Oh, yeah. All my family used to watch Nearest and Dearest and that. Oh, great. And that. Yeah. And Hilda Baker, she was fantastic, wasn't she? You know, I've seen her a couple of times on the good old days, Hilda Baker. Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah. We should say to Walter, have you been? Oh, must get a little hand for Tony's watch. Yeah. Oh, when you think back to these old TV shows now, you start getting the catchphrase coming to your mind, don't they? You know, yeah, fantastic. Yeah. Like Frank Spencer. Ooh, Bessie. You know, oh yeah. Oh, TV comedy gold, definitely. Mark saying, have you seen the British horror movie Creep? No, that needs a Blu-ray release. Do you mean the one, Mark, where the girl gets trapped on the railway platform? I've got that one in my collection. Yeah, I love that one. And I've also got the other Creep. That's the American one, though, where the fella, he gets that fella the video camera. He's dying, isn't he? I think it's cancer, and I don't know if you've seen it or not. And he wants this guy to film his last couple of days now so he can give it to his son before he dies. But he's a bit of a weirdo, like, yeah. But I presume you mean the one where the girl gets trapped late at night on the railway platform. Yeah, I love Creep. Yeah, I've got that one. Peter Cushion is saying, the scripts for Till Death Us Do Part are incredible. Yeah. Crazy political rants delivered brilliantly by Warren Mitchell. Yeah. When you think about it, like, you know, in these stupid PC days, I better not go on so much about the PC Brigade because they really infuriate me. But I'll just say about if he was put on now, I don't think he'd be taken off, wouldn't he, within 5 minutes, you know, the way they are now. The two, what's the name now? They're too touchy about things, you know, and it's bloody stupid. They're banning this, they're banning that. They're putting warnings to some of the Carry On films and that. And he tried to ban Gone with the Wind. Oh, it could go on. It's bloody ridiculous. You know, must be something missing somewhere, like, you know, wants to ban harmless things, what people's enjoyed for years. You know what I mean? It infuriates me, so I won't go there too much. But, you know, it just infuriates me. You know, it's ridiculous the way they're banning, trying to ban everything now. You want to ban the things that need banning. Richard Brown, I quite like the Blood Beast Terror one. The Bentham is in it also. Yeah, the one with the giant moth. Yeah, it does have its fans, that movie. Blood Beast Terror is underrated. Chestnut Seb 7, I miss my Debenhams and HMV. Yeah, well, you never know. They might come back one day, mightn't they? Never know. Paul Conway is saying Island of Terror is a classic with Peter Cushing and the Silicates. Yeah. Richard Brown, read a couple of the Crib novels by Peter Lovesley. Oh, are they from novels or are they Crib? I didn't know this series was from the novels. Yeah, all right. You learn something new every day. Paul Conway, I see the carry-ons are coming out on Blu-ray in Australia. Oh, that's good. Yeah, as I say, I've had a couple myself. A bit of hit and miss for me. I say some I like and some I'm not too keen on. But the ones I've had, you know, all the picture quality has been absolutely pristine, really nice, lovely colour. Yeah. Yeah, the first one was Carry On Sergeant, wasn't it? I think was it 1950, 58, black and white one. Do you remember the series as well? The what you done? Carry On Laughing. I think was it 1975? I think it was around about 1975. Yeah, Carry On Laughing. Yeah, and then they done the annual Carry On Christmas, didn't he? Yeah, and I always remember the one with Sid. The TV Times came out. I don't know what year. I'm not. Was it 73? Sid James was on the front, like in Father Christmas outfits and that. I think he had, was it Barbara Windsor with him and that. You know, he had that cheeky grin of his and that. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I used to love Sid James, man. There's a program coming on about Sid James. It's a Channel 4 on Saturday. Yeah, as I've been watching the last couple of weeks, there was one about Noel Edmonds, which was very good. And then I've been watching the other ones as well, about Ken Dodd as well and that. So this week it's Sid James, yeah. So I'll be checking that out, yeah. Walk On Always Believe is saying, did you see Rebecca De Mornay in Mother's Day? I love that one. It's great, yeah. Oh, yeah. Real villain in that, wasn't she? Mother's Day is a masterpiece, one of the greatest remakes, in my opinion, yeah. Good movie, good movie. I haven't seen it for a while in the making movies. I don't know what she's doing now. Pete's saying, what film would you like to see get a 4K? Well, I wouldn't mind seeing all of Christopher Lee's Dracula movies getting a 4K. Well, although having said that, the Blu-ray quality, the ones I've got are very, 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 very good. Yeah, but yeah, I'd love to see the Christopher Lee's get a 4K. A Piece of Cushion, Baron Frankenstein's. I'd love to see them get a 4K. Let's see now. Of course, some of the movies I mentioned before, The Shuttered Room. Love to see that get a 4K. Trying to think now. What others? I don't know. Drag Me to Hell. Drag Me to Hell had a 4K release. I'd like to see that get a 4K release. But oh yeah, when you think about it, like there's quite a few there, but at the moment, well, up to now anyway, they've been overlooked, haven't they, in terms of getting the 4K releases and that. Maybe the Ring movies as well with Naomi Watts. I like them, but I didn't like the third one. I liked the first two, but I didn't like the third Ring movie. I've got the talking about the Ring movies. I've got the original ones as well in the Arrow box set and that. I haven't watched them yet, so I might watch them next week. Yeah, I love the Ring movies. Yeah, but as I say, that third one was terrible, awful. Yeah, I believe that while we're on the subject of 4K, those Universal 4K releases and that, when I first saw them and that, I was wondering, like, oh, should I buy them that? But the ones I've got at the moment, I'm quite satisfied with. Yeah, so I might leave them, the Universal Monsters 4Ks and that. But, well, they're bringing them all out, aren't they, bit by bit? So they'll most probably bring the whole lot out of them, the Universal ones and that. You know, all the Mummy movies and that, all the Invisible Man movies, they'll most probably get a 4K release eventually, yeah. So... Oh, another one piece. The Man Who Haunted Himself, Roger Moore. That's a good one. Yeah, he's got like a doppelganger. I spoke about that many times in videos. I'd like to see that get a 4K release. Yeah. Rock and Roll Hell. Had to put them in a box set, otherwise they won't shift any resurrections. Oh, yeah. Paul Conway is saying, I think the new Halloweens are rubbish. Can't beat the original. Yeah, the Rob Zombie one, it was like a different spin on it, wasn't it? But I didn't like that one, that second one with the white horse. I thought that was awful. Oh, God. When I first saw that, I thought, what's going on here with this white horse? Putting elements of fantasy in it and that, you know. But I didn't mind the first one, although my favourite two are the 78 one and then the 1981 one. They're my favourite two of all the whole Halloween franchise. They're my favourite two. The others weren't bad. I didn't like the Halloween third one. It didn't have Myers and did it, so I didn't like that. But getting back to Myers, as I say, the first two, they're my favourite ones and that. The others were average in that, and of course, as the series went on, it quality deteriorated, didn't it? Yeah. So I didn't like that Halloween Kills. I thought that was ridiculous. Ian Hill Ramblings. Hi, Alan. You okay, Ian? I'm sorry I'm late. Hope you're having a good live chat. Oh, thanks very much, mate. Yeah. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, good to see you. Yeah, hope you've had a nice day. Chestnut 7 is saying, what about Hancock's half hour? Great comedy. Oh, Tony Hancock. Yeah. I must admit, I haven't really seen. I've only seen like short clips of them on YouTube and that. I haven't seen them right through. Yeah, but I know that series got a lot of fans. That. Yeah, wasn't Sid James in the first few? Yeah, and then he broke up. Didn't he? Broke off from Sid James, didn't he? And went on his own. Yeah. Pete's saying, any modern TV shows or comedy series you like? Modern TV shows or comedy series? Well, in regard to comedy series, I haven't really got a favorite modern comedy series piece. I like all the old ones. I like the On the Buses, the Likely Lads, Frank Spencer, Man About the House. They're all my favorites and that. I don't really watch modern comedy, to tell you the truth. In regard to modern TV shows, again, it's mostly the older ones and that, the likes of Brian Clemence's Thriller. I used to be a big getting away from horror. I used to be a big Top of the Pops fan in the 70s and 80s, but when the music started to go down a bit for me, I stopped watching it. And of course, he eventually took it off, didn't he? But I never missed Top of the Pops in the 1970s and 80s, and it was always the highlights of Thursday night after Tomorrow's World had finished. You get Top of the Pops on and that. Oh yeah, I used to love Top of the Pops. I'm trying to think any modern TV shows. I watched as I say, I've been watching those documentaries that have been on, about different celebrities like Noel Edmonds last week. And then it was the other one about Ken Dodd. They're quite good. The True Life, yeah. I like anything True Life, about the stars and that. Yeah, because sometimes I flick through all the channels and that, and I see if it's a True Life documentary. I watch it and that, So, but yeah, there's not really any that spring to mind at the moment. Any TV shows to say, oh, they're fantastic and that. Yeah. So it's mostly like movies I've been watching and that, So, Mark's saying, considering we only had 3 channels back then, we had some fantastic TV. We did, Mark. Yeah. Many's a time, like, I've stayed in on Saturday night. If there's been anything good on the telly, and I've stayed in and watched it, because it used to be good right through. Because you get like the Generation Game on, then you get like Mike Yarwood show on, and you get Morecambe and Wise on, and then later on you get the Noel Edmonds on, didn't you? You get all them, and Blind Date and all them and that. But it used to be great Saturday night TV. Bobby Davro, he used to be on, didn't he? I remember Knight Rider used to be, although I wasn't a big fan of that. That used to be on quite a lot on Saturday night. Knight Rider, yeah. Dad's Army. He's shown. I don't know how many times he's shown Dad's Army. That used to be on Saturday night as well. Well, you've got this what's the name now, haven't you? With the fella out of JLS with his wife. Is it Rochelle Holmes? That quiz thing. It's like they had to guess. They have to listen to songs, don't they? And they have to guess who the artist is and that. I watch that now and again. Yeah, that's not bad. But it used to be great Saturday night TV, especially in the early 70s with Brian Clemence's Thriller. Fantastic. We used to watch that avidly. I've got the box set of Thriller. I hope they do a Blu-ray release of that. Yeah, definitely deserves one. And of course, I used to like the Saturday night, the late night horror double bill. Yeah, on BBC Two, because they'd show you the black and white one, then they'd show you a coloured one, wouldn't they? Yeah. But as I say, when you think back, some great shows then. Walk On Always Believe is saying, in Nearest and Dearest, wasn't the lady in that in Oliver the musical, where Harry Seacombe sells Oliver to Leonard Rossiter's character? Nearest and Dearest. Do you mean Hilda Baker? I'm sure she was in. Yeah. I'm sure she was in Oliver, the Lionel Bart musical. Yeah. Good points. Yeah. I think she was Hilda Baker. Yeah, I'm sure she was. Paul Conway, have you seen Linda Day and Beyond the Evil? Yeah, I've got that in my collection. She gets possessed by a demon. I've got that one. Yeah, it's a good movie. Good movie. Larry Fleetwood is saying, the way Hilda Baker mispronounced words, so hilarious. I know, yeah. Oh, she was fantastic, Hilda Baker. She really was. Very down to earth, wasn't she? Yeah, very down to earth. Used to love Hilda Baker. Excuse me. Used to love Hilda Baker. And she was in, after she'd finished Nearest and Dearest, she was in Nos on Your Nelly. Anybody remember Nos on Your Nelly? It was only ran for a short period. I think was it 1973, 74? Yeah, I remember Nos on Your Nelly. Yeah, she was good in that as well. But I did prefer it in Nearest and Dearest. Yeah, with Jimmy Jewell. Yeah. Right. Peter Cushing is saying, strange thing about the Carry On films. In my opinion, they don't really get going until about 10 films into the series. Carry On Cleo is the first great one. 1964 to 74 is the golden age of Carry On. Oh, yeah, that was that period. What you're referring to, wasn't that the one? Anita Harris, as a Carry On Again Doctor, where she's on the roof. And it's a Jim Dale. He's trying to sort of, he's clinging onto a skirt. A skirt gets pulled off, yeah. And then you've got the one with Barbara, the famous one, Barbara Windsor, Carry On Camping, with the, and something flies off. Oh, here, missus. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're quite right, actually. Yeah. That period, 1964 to 74. Yeah. I suppose you could call it the golden age of Carry On, because the first ones were made in black and white, weren't they? Yeah. And then the more we watched them, the more we became accustomed to all the characters, you know, Sid James, Kenneth Williams, Charles Hawtrey, Jim Dale, fantastic. Yeah. Great. Bernard Bresslaw. Yeah. Who I believe, I don't know if you guys know this, The Curse of Frankenstein from 1957. Bernard Bresslaw was considered for the part of the monster before Christopher Lee. There you go. Little fun fact for you. He's a big fella, isn't he? Yeah. Chestnut 7 says, I used to run down to the news agents just to look at the TV and Radio Times to see if there was any horror films on as a kid. Yeah, he had some good covers, didn't he? Those old magazines. Oh, anybody remember Look In? Oh, I used to love that. It was like a junior version of TV Times. Oh, I loved the Look In. I kept buying it right until I think it was the late 70s. When ABBA went out, ABBA were in it a lot. Yeah. Oh, I used to love the Look In. I remember Tony Bastable from Magpie doing the advert, and it was at 71. Oh, showing me age again, guys, aren't I? Tony Bastable from Magpie, yeah. He done the promotional advert for it, yeah. Oh, used to love the Look In, yeah, because you get a good mix. You get like cartoon strips, and you get like features and interviews with the stars and that. They did a good job with that Look In, yeah. Mark saying, watch Captain Clegg the other night for the first time. Really enjoyed it, and I believe Peter Cushing wanted to do more. Yeah. My mum likes that movie, Mark. I must admit, I'm not too keen on it. It's also called Night Creatures, isn't it? Yeah, I tried to get into it. I've watched it twice now. You know what I think it was for me? I think I wanted it a bit more like along the lines of Dracula and Frankenstein. It was mostly about smuggling, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm glad you liked it, Mark. Anyway, yeah. As I say, it's one of those Marmite movies. You either like it or you hate it. Yeah, but I couldn't get into that, Mark. But I'm glad you liked it anyway. Yeah, good stuff. Right. Pete's asking me, what were some of your favorite childhood TV shows? Well, I used to love the Thunderbirds and Stingray, Jerry Anderson, and I used to love them. Randall Hopkirk, deceased, yeah. I'll tell you what I love, Pete. Voice to the Bottom of the Sea with David Hedison and Richard Basart. That was shown a lot in the late 60s. I loved that series, absolutely loved it. And I like the Champions as well. I don't know if you heard of the Champions with Alexandra Bastedo and the other two guys, William Gauns and the American guy. I used to love that. They had like special powers, like they had I think it was a plane crash accident or something in Tibet. Yeah, and they got bestowed with these powers and that. And Alexandra Bastedo, oh, she was lovely. She played Sharon McCready. That was a big favorite. You can get that now on it. You get the box set of that now I don't know if they've done a Blu-ray release. So, but if you've never seen the Champions, it's worth checking out. Yeah. Other favorite TV shows. I used to like watching the Sussy Show. Yeah, I was a big fan of Sussy and Sweep. Used to like watching that. And I tell you what I like, Pete, Magpie. I was a big fan of Magpie. Yeah, as I was saying before about Tony Bastable, because like when I first started watching Magpie in late 60s, early 70s, and he had like Tony Bastable's one of the main ones, and Susan Stranks. And they did all different things. It was a cat. I don't know if you've ever seen the old clips of Magpie. They done all different things and that, like Blue Peter, you know. And then later on, Susan Stranks left it, and Jenny Hanley took over. Yeah, she's been in quite a few movies as well. Jenny Hanley, yeah. Oh yeah, used to love Magpie, yeah. And the other one, How. That was another big favourite of mine, yeah. So what they used to do, the premise of that was you get these. What they used to do, they used to show you how to do things. So you'd have like 3 or 4 people. You'd have Fred Dinage. You've had a couple of other people, and they'd go to different, about 3 or 4 of them, and like you get Fred Dinage, and he'd go, how? And then he'd say, how do you make this? How do you make that? And I'd go to the other fella, and he'd go, how? And then he'd start making things, and I'd go to the girl, and she'd go, how? So that's why they call the program How. So you type in, if you've never seen it, type in old TV shows, type How in, and you might see some clips of that show, and you see exactly what I mean. Oh yeah, I used to love How. Yeah. I used to watch the cartoons a lot as well. I was a big fan of the Pig Panther cartoons. I used to watch all them. Yeah, all those TV shows and that. Yeah, I used to watch it. I used to be mad on a series called Time Slip as well, which was shown in 1970. Where you go through this like portal into another world, and that. I was a big fan of that as a kid. Yeah. Oh yeah. When you think back, like, you know, some fantastic shows. Paul Conway, Carry On Columbus was crap. I don't think I've seen that one. Carry On Columbus. Yeah, I think I read the blurb, and that was enough for me. Rock and Roll Hell. I wish the lead Dracula films were all put in a decent box set. Yeah, with piles of special features as well. Yeah, it would make it much easier to collect. Yeah, and I've got all the lead Dracula films, but it would be love to see some of the additions. I've got it a bit bare bones, to tell you the truth, and I would like Scream Factory to do a few more and pile of special features on. Yeah, I can't wait to get that Scream Factory Scouser Dracula, because you've got Christopher Lee commenting on that, and there's another commentary as well. Yeah, so I'm really made up. Can't wait to get that. Mark saying Salem's Lot would be great in 4K. Definitely. You never know. They might just do that. While we're getting back to, sorry guys, getting back to 1970s TV. Do any of you guys remember, who are old enough to remember, it was a very, very short series, and it was called Horoscope. And it was basically, it starred Anushka Hempel, the blonde girl that has been in the Hammer films. And a dark guy, what's his name? I can never remember his name. It was shown in early 1974. I was basically about Anushka Hempel. She was like into the stars and that, and she used to solve crimes and that with this dark fella. I always forget his name. Yeah, and he sort of like worked as a team. It was only on for I think it was only on for about 9 or 10 episodes and that, but it was quite good. Yeah, you can get it on DVD. Horoscope it's called. Yeah, and Anushka Hempel. So if you type in Horoscope TV series 1974, you'll see all about it. So I'm thinking about getting that and adding it to my collection. Yeah, because I'm a very nostalgic person. I go to a lot of the nostalgic sites, you know, Nostalgic Central and all that and that. I just love reliving the memories of the 70s and that, you know, 60s, 70s and 80s and that. But yeah, Horoscope. Yeah, so type it in. Even on, they've got some episodes on YouTube as well. So you know, you might like it. It's something different than that. Not a great series by any stretch of the imagination, but I quite liked it because I used to watch it. It was shown in early 1974, yeah. And as I say, it was a different story each week, but involving Anushka Hempel's character and this other guy. I always forget his name. A dark guy is. I don't think he's with us anymore now. I tell you what he was in, guys. He was in The Man Who Haunted Himself. He was with, you know, Roger Moore. He was his business partner. Yeah, I used to call him Pell. Roger Moore's name is Pelham, but he used to call him Pell. You'll know it's Anton Rogers. I think it's Anton Rogers Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's Anton Rogers. Yeah. So as I say, Anton Rogers, Anushka Hempel, Horoscope. So check it out. Yeah, you might like it. Richard Brown, have you seen any Todd Slaughter films, Alan? Todd Slaughter. Oh God, quite old, them, aren't they? Didn't he make one called The Face of the Window? I'm sure. Yeah, The Face of the Window. I might have seen it when I was a kid. You know, but you know, I forget it, like it's years ago, isn't it? Yeah, but I do know the name Todd Slaughter. Yeah, I'm sure he made one called The Face of the Window. Ian Hill, The Ramblings. I think if a film is a classic, what is the point of doing a remake? One of the worst examples must be Psycho. Why? I totally agree with you, Ian. Yeah, I really agree with you on that. Yeah, I don't know why they bother. You know, it's like if they remade Jaws. You know, I mean, like, well, while we're on the subject of Jaws, you guys must probably agree with me. I don't know how many shark movies that spawned. You know, oh God, it must be Sharknado, Deep Blue Sea, Shark Attack, Shark Exorcist, ridiculous titles and that. Oh God, there's only one shark movie, guys. One shark movie, me, and that's Jaws. Peter Benchley's, you know, from Peter Benchley's novel, you know, caused a sensation, did it in 1975 when it opened. Oh yeah, Jaws is the best one. Yeah, I like that one out of all the Jaws franchise. That's my favorite one. You know, absolute classic. You know, and watching that for the first time, how terrifying it was. It must have been in the cinema as well. You know, oh yeah, fantastic movie, Jaws. Never be topped in terms of new shark movies. Paul Conway says, Cash on Demand is an amazing performance from Peter Cushing. Yeah, I love Cash on Demand. That's great. That I've got that in the indicator, the box set. I love that movie. Yeah, I love the Christmas setting as well. You know, real Christmassy atmosphere and that. And the guy that comes in and that, you know, and oh, you want money and that. Oh, he's really menacing him, isn't he? Is it Andre Morel? I'm sure it's Andre Morel, the guy that comes in. He's been in loads of British movies and that. Yeah, I'm sure it's Andre Morel. Great movie, that. If you haven't seen that one, guys, it's not a horror movie. It's more of like a psychological thriller. Peter Cushing plays a bank manager and that. It's got a kind of a moral at the end of it and that. So check it out. Cash on Demand. It's a great movie. One of Peter Cushing's best. Brian's saying, do you like Bob Hope, Cat and the Canary? It's really funny. I also really enjoyed What's a Carve Up with Kenneth Connor. I've seen that. What's a Carve Up on one of the channels. Yeah, it's good, that one. The Cat and the Canary. Excuse me. The Cat and the Canary. Yeah, I had that with the Ghost Breakers on Blu-ray. I bought the two of them together. It was okay. It wasn't one I wanted to revisit, but I do like Bob Hope. But for some reason, you know, I thought it was just for one watch only and that. But I do know a lot of people like it. Yeah. He made a lot of those movies with Bing Crosby, didn't he? The Road to Morocco and all that. The Road to Zanzibar. They were quite good. Paul Conway says, do you like The Bionic Woman with Lindsay Wagner? My dad had a big crush on Lindsay Wagner. Yeah, I suppose I did as well. Yeah, I kind of had a bit of a crush on her. Yeah, I like The Bionic Woman. Although now, you know, I sort of like, you know, more advanced in years. I don't think I'd buy the Blu-ray, the new set that's come out. You know, because you know, well, basically, you know, she's going to get away, don't you? But she does a great performance, doesn't she? You know, Lindsay Wagner, and that's Jamie Summers. Yeah, and you've done a couple. Didn't you do one or two movies where they sort of like she teamed up with Steve Austin? Yeah. Oh yeah, she's great in that, The Bionic Woman. Yeah, and I like the $6 Million Man as well. I used to watch that in the 70s. Pete's saying, was you a fan of The Prisoner, Alan? I presume you mean the one with Patrick McGoohan set in Wales. I think it was first screened in, was it 1969 or 70? Yeah, I couldn't really get into that piece. Yeah, I used to watch it and that. Yeah, wasn't he trapped in this Welsh village and that, and all sorts of like weird things in it and that. Yeah, and didn't he, in one, I remember he kept saying, I resign, over and over again. Yeah, I couldn't really get into that. Although I did like McGoohan in Danger Man. He was also in, I tell you what he was in, Pete. Wasn't he in that one, Escape from Alcatraz? He played the warden. He was brilliant in that. Fantastic in that, Patrick McGoohan. He's a great actor. He's been in Columbo as well and TV shows like that. Yeah, but yeah, The Prisoner. My mum didn't like that series either, The Prisoner. She said, what's it supposed to be about? Yeah, I could never get into that one piece. Lee Merritt is saying there was a British horror anthology made in the 50s. I think one story was about a picture in a gallery where you got taken into it, and another story had Orson Welles. Anyone remember it? A British horror anthology made in the 50s. There was a British anthology made in the 40s called Dead of Night. I don't think that's the one you mean, is it? I'm trying to think of Orson Welles. I know he done like a TV series, didn't he? Orson Welles' Great Mysteries in the early 70s. I remember him doing that. He used to come on smoking in a black fedora and a black coat. Yeah, some good stories in that. Yeah, Orson Welles' Great Mysteries. Yeah, but I don't remember him. I'll have to look that up, actually. I don't remember Orson Welles in a 1950s British horror anthology. Any of you guys throw some light on that? Let me know. I'd be very interested. I love me horror anthology movies. One day I might write a book about them. Pete's saying Saturday night TV is mostly rubbish now. Just loads of reality TV rubbish on repeats. I totally agree with you, Pete. Yeah, it is rubbish. Yeah, it's not like it used to be. No, it's no longer as good as it used to be. We usually put a movie on and that, as I say, those ones that's been on the last couple of weeks about the stars and that, they've been good. I say the one this week's about Sid James. I'll be watching that. But yeah, it's awful now, Saturday night. It really is. Yeah, it's gone terrible. Brian Fisher is saying, will you be making a video of your complete DVD and Blu-ray collection, Alan? Do you know what, Brian? That has been uppermost in my mind for quite some time now. But the only problem is I need extra shelving. And until I get the extra shelving to show everything I've got, I won't be able to do it. So I'm still trying to find it. I said this before in previous videos. I'm still trying to find ready-made DVD and Blu-ray shelving, because I must admit I'm not a great lover of handyman work and that, so I like everything sort of like already assembled and that, which I'm sure a lot of you guys don't like the hassle of getting a big cardboard package and opening it up and it's all screws and that, and all it's about like 20 odd panels you've got to put together. Oh no, got no patience for that. So if anybody knows of anywhere that sells ready-made DVD and Blu-ray shelving, please let me know. I'll be eternally grateful. And once I've spread all my collection out, I'll be able to do one. So that is uppermost in my mind. Yeah, definitely. Chestnut Seb 7 is saying, was it Hilda Baker who did the song with Arthur Muller? It was, yeah. Like a spoof of You're the One That I Want. Absolutely hilarious, yeah. The John Travolta Olivia Newton-John song. I often play that when I'm feeling a bit of a depressed mood. It cheers me up, yeah. It's fantastic. I always laugh out loud when I watch that. Yeah, it's fantastic, that. Yeah, it's like a spoof. I think they made it. I think it was made in, when Grease came, when they all went mad on Grease in '78. I think that was made around about the autumn of that year, because I remember them coming on top of the pops with the ridiculous wigs and that. Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, they don't so much sing the song as talk it. That's great. That I love some of the spoof records and that. I think hilarious. Star Trek and Across the Universe from, was it 1987? I used to laugh out loud at that. Yeah, Klingons on the starboard bow. Yeah, it's worse than that. He's dead, Jim. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, I used to love that, Star Trek. And of course, my favourite spoof one is, being a horror fan, is Monster Mash by Bobby Pickett and the Crypt Kickers. Absolutely love that record. One day I might do my top 10 spoof records. So watch this space. Yeah. Love. Oh yeah. When you think about, and I like Benny Hill. Ernie, the Fastest Milkman in the West, yeah, from 1971, yeah. Oh, yeah, I love me spoof records, yeah, fantastic. And that other one, I don't know if any of you guys remember this one, Hello Mother, Hello Father, that's good as well. I love that one, yeah. I used to listen to all them on it. Ed Stewart's Junior Choice used to be on of a Saturday morning. I think he was on Sunday as well. He used to play all those spoof records. And that one with Terry Scott, My Brother, yeah. He's something about who put soot in the baby's ball. Oh, yeah, fantastic, yeah. Terry Scott, he was another great carry-on actor, wasn't he? Terry Scott, yeah. Sadly no longer with us. Sorry, guys, I'm just get the comments up. So we go on till about 10 o'clock. Is that all right then, guys? Yeah, I was originally going to finish at 9:30, but I'm enjoying it so much. I'll put an extra half hour on top. Okay, cheers. Thanks for coming anyway. Yeah, really nice talking to you all again, and that, you know, after an absence about 3 or 4 weeks now, isn't it, since I've been live? Yeah. So yeah, thanks very much, guys, for turning up. Love chatting to you all. Yeah, yeah, it's fantastic, and time flies. Really, you know, really goes by quick once you start talking about movies. Yeah, really enjoying it. Yeah. Right. Okay, so we're just going up to the latest comment now, and it is from some coming in. Yep, pretty awful it was too. Richard Brown is saying Hammer Starlet Jenny Hanley was the best bit about Magpie. Yeah, yeah, she was nice, Jenny Hanley, and still is. Lovely lady. Yeah, Scars of Dracula, she's fantastic in that, and she was good in the Pete Walker movie, The Flesh and Blood Show. Oh, she's great in that. Yeah. Oh, I've always liked Jenny Hanley. Yeah, daughter of Jimmy Hanley. Yeah, yeah, lovely lady. Chestnut Seb 7, remember Land of the Giants? Yeah, I do remember it, although I wasn't a big fan of it, but I do remember it. Yeah. Anybody remember Lost in Space and that awful Dr. Smith? God, he was a right twister in, wasn't he? Right two-faced swine he was. Paul Conway, I love Jenny Hanley and Scars of Dracula. Yeah, oh yeah, Scars of Dracula. I can't understand why that movie gets a lot of stick. It gets skittered for having the cheesy special effects, but I loved it. All right, it's got its faults. But there were some aspects in Scars of Dracula that was in Stoker's novel. For example, where Dracula, he crawls up the walls of his castle like a giant lizard. Oh yeah, I love Scars of Dracula. Yeah, fantastic. And you see more of Dracula in that as well. And then, of course, you've got Patrick Troughton, who plays the Clove and that, you know. Great movie, Scars of Dracula. Mark saying The Champions is on TV again, Alan. Trying to think what channel. Oh, good, yeah. Repeat The Champions, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, I used to love The Champions, yeah. And as I say, me and my dad were big crush on Alexandra Bastido. Yeah, again, wonderful actress who's sadly no longer with us. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I used to love The Champions. I've got a good horror movie with Alexandra Bastido. I'm trying to think now what it's called. It's like a kind of a vampire occult movie in that, and it's very good. Yeah, yeah. I'll have to dig it out and do a review of it sometime, guys. Yeah. Oh, she's fantastic in that. She really is. Yeah. Chestnut 7. How? God, that feels like an age ago, Alan. Oh yeah. How? Yeah. Well, you never know. They might say, if any producers are watching this, oh, that's an idea. We'll revive How. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past them, you know, because, you know, a lot of these programs have been revived, haven't they? You know, just sort of like rebooted, as it were, and that. So you never know. One day we might just see a return of How. Used to wear Indian headdresses sometimes as well. Yeah. Jack Hargreaves was another one. He was very much into nature, elderly bloke. Yeah, I think he died a few years ago. I think Fred Dinage is still alive and that. He's done some good documentaries, Fred Dinage and that. Yeah, true life crime documentaries. Yeah, and I think he's presented the news as well, local TV stations. Yeah, he's great, Fred Dinage. Yeah, very good announcer. Peter Cushion. Keep an eye on the Legend channel, Alan. They repeat a lot of those old TV series. UFO, Space 1999. Oh, that's the one that Martin Landau in, isn't it? Yeah. I say they are showing Knight Rider next week. Oh, David Hasselhoff. Yeah. I haven't seen it since I was a kid in the 80s. Yeah. Any fans of Mission Impossible on here? The one with Linda Day George in? Yeah. I've only seen a couple of episodes of that Mission Impossible. I used to love the theme tune. Yeah, that's another idea I could do one day, guys. My top 10 favorite TV theme tunes. A big favorite of mine is Man in a Suitcase theme. Not the series. I wasn't too keen on the series, but I used to love that theme tune, which was later adopted. I think it was around 99? But Chris Evans used to be on a Friday as a TYTV. Chris Evans show. Yeah, they used the theme Man in a Suitcase. Yeah, love the theme Man in a Suitcase. Yeah, and the Avengers as well. The one with Patrick McNee, and that's a great theme as well. Yeah. And I used to like the theme of, Crossroads as well. I used to love that, written by Tony Hatch. That was another favorite TV theme of mine. I've got somewhere. I've got a CD with all top TV themes on, like Steptoe and all them. Yeah. Very good. Just Maybe with me guys, just Larry Fleetwood is saying some of the Jerry Anderson live action TV series were great too. Yeah, like Space 1999 and The Protectors. Oh, Protectors, yeah, in the avenues and alleyways. God, I remember that. Robert Vaughan, yeah, by God, yeah. Tony Christie sang the song, didn't he? In the avenues and alleyways. I forget there was a woman with him, wasn't there? I forget the woman's name, but I do remember Robert Vaughan in it. Yeah. Anybody remember the Baron with Steve Forrest? That was good. Department S. Oh, tell you what, the memories are coming back tonight, guys. Very, very nostalgic night tonight. Richard Brown, the film with the portrait you walked into with Orson Welles was similar to Dead of Night, but I can't remember the title. Right, yeah. And as I say, if anybody, guys, anybody can enlighten us on that movie, yeah, by all means do so. Be very, very interested, because any horror anthologies what I may have missed, always let me know, and that, check them out and that, because I'm always on the lookout for horror anthologies, both ones I may have missed and new ones. Yeah, so oh yeah, I love my horror anthology movies. Of course, my favorite one is 1972's Tales from the Crypt. Yeah, fantastic one. I've watched that many times over the years. Absolutely love it. Very, 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 very sad one though, that one with Peter Cushing and Paul Grimsdyke and that, who gets driven to suicide. And oh, that's really sad. That really heart-wrenching. Peter Cushing, Anushka Hempel is the gorgeous blonde in the very last scene of Carry On at Your Convenience. Oh, right, yeah. I don't remember too much about Carry On Convenience, yeah, but I do know Anushka Hempel was in a few movies aside from the TV series Horoscope, yeah. Yeah, so Anton Rogers was the name of the colleague, the male guy, yeah, Anton Rogers, yeah. Good actor. Chestnut Seb 7 is saying, I'm very nostalgic too, Alan. Kind of stuck back in the 70s, 80s, lol. Oh, yeah. Fantastic. Yeah. Yeah. The 70s, I suppose you could say the 70s was my main era, being, young teenager and that, all of your sorts of like Mark Bolan, T-Rex Slade, ABBA, all them and that, Susie Quattro. They were all my idols when I was in the 70s and that, all the glam rock and that. Yeah. Fantastic. Brian Gilson is saying, I enjoyed the series Sapphire and Steel. I enjoyed the episode set in a haunted train station. Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, Sapphire and Steel. I didn't really follow that much, but I do remember David McCallum. And what's the name in it? Was Joanna Lumley in that with him? I'm sure it was Joanna Lumley. Sapphire and Steel, yeah. Chestnut 7 is saying, Jaws, oh great, saw us in the cinema age 12. Jaws 2 was okayish, but 3 and 4 were a waste of time and money. Mine, lol. Yeah. Talking about seeing big movies, guys, on the big screen for the very first time. How many of you here saw The Exorcist on the big screen for the very first time? It could have been in the 70s. It could have been when it was released. Did you find it as shocking as they say, as people said? I believe some people were fainting, weren't they, when they saw it on the big screen, and that it was that horrifying, and some people were sick and that, and all sorts of things. And I believe in America they had the ambulances outside waiting, people fainting and that. So yeah, if any of you've seen it for the first time on the big screen, let us know and that, tell us what your thoughts on it and that. Yeah. Richard Brown is saying Patrick McGowan was in Scanners. Oh, right. Years since I saw that Scanner, so I don't remember too much about it, Richard. Mark's saying, did you ever watch Dave Allen? Oh, God, Dave Allen was a big favourite of mine, Mark. Oh, yeah, I used to love Dave Allen. Yeah, did you ever watch Dave Allen back in the day? Very funny series, yeah. He nearly got banned by the BBC. I know, yeah, and if he came back now, he'd be on his back, wouldn't he? Like a bloody ton of bricks, yeah. Ridiculous, all his PC brigade and that, the way he ruined everything. Oh, yeah, I used to love Dave Allen. Yeah, fantastic, yeah. I used to love it and all when, I tell you, Mark, when he'd be sitting in a chair and that, he's very, very laid back, wasn't he, Mark? Yeah. And I used to love it when he'd start telling a horror story, wouldn't he? And his voice would go very, very, very low. And he'd switch the lights out in the studio and the camera, it'd go right up to us. And you think he was telling a real horror story. And then you get the punchline, wouldn't you? And of course, it'd be like a facetious, humorous punchline, sort of like bring everybody back down to earth. I used to love that. Yeah, he'd have like he'd do it every so often, wouldn't he? And now for a creepy story. This begins in 1819. Oh yeah, fantastic, Dave Allen. He would have been a good narrator of horror stories when you think about it. Yeah, I used to love Dave Allen at Large. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, I tell you, while we're on the subject of Dave Allen, Mark, I remember that series he done. It was screened in early 1977. We went round all over the UK, meeting people with unusual hobbies. That was quite good. Yeah. All right, Lisa. Thanks for dropping by. Lisa loves. You made me revisit The Fog, Alan. I thought I hadn't seen it. I had. It reminded me why I fell in love with horror. Oh, you mean the John Carpenter Fog with Jamie Lee Curtis? Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. Thanks for dropping by, Lisa. Yeah, nice to talk to you again. David Squires is saying The Prisoner was, I think I read was a continuation of Danger Man. Oh, that's new on me. I thought The Prisoner was a separate universe to Danger Man, because Danger Man was straightforward crime, wasn't it? Spy thing, and that from what I can remember. Yeah, but The Prisoner was really weird in that, because he was trapped in this village, wasn't he? And it was just strange program. I just couldn't get into that at all. Although I did like the theme tune, I'll give it that. Me and me TV theme tunes. Paul Conway, the last TV show I watched was 2.5 Men. PC has killed comedy now. Yeah, it's bloody killed everything, hasn't it, PC? I don't know why these people start sort of like complaining about all this stupid nonsense. Ban this, ban that. You know, it's bloody stupid. Films we love for years and that. TV shows we love for years and that. They must be sitting on the big fat backside, you know. Oh, what can we ban next? I know. We'll ban this. We'll ban this line that was said in a 1932 movie that some people may find a little bit offensive. Oh, cut the crap, for goodness sake. You know, get real. These people that's making these decisions and these stupid ones, lapdogs that are following them. Oh, words fail me. They really do. He even tried to ban Enid Blyton's books, didn't he? Take all the original. That annoyed me, because I was a huge fan of Enid Blyton when I started reading books. Was knee high. Enid Blyton was #1 on my list. And, you know, you tried to ban her. They tried to take out all the names and that. Oh, it's bloody stupid. So when I was made up, because when I read in the Right magazine, the book sales were starting to decline once he started tampering with Enid Blyton stories. People weren't buying them. They had to put the original they had to revert to the way Enid Blyton originally wrote them. Yeah, so good, you know, good on the people for not buying the to sort of like these rehashed Enid Blyton books. Yeah, if more people done that, you know, the PC brigade would be the decline. Christian Bell, Alan, you're seeing a horror film, The Cellar. You're talking about the new one, Christian. It's come out where the little girl goes down to the cell and she vanishes. If that's the one you mean, yeah. I watched it on Amazon Prime, and I've got the Blu-ray, so I liked it that much. So I got the Blu-ray. It's a great movie. I got a nice slipcover as well with the Blu-ray. Yeah, it's good. The Cellar. Yeah, real creepy though. Ian Hill, The Ramblings, is saying, for me, my musical education began the old grey whistle test, which started in Bob Harris. Yeah. In 1971, I was 11 when I started watching. I remember whispering Bob Harris. Yeah. He got 3 DVDs of it. Wish they would release more. Yeah. Remember the old grey whistle test there? Well, Ian. Yeah. Bob Harris, whispering Bob Harris. Yeah. Mark's saying, love Christopher Lee's version of Dracula and Scars. He was more violent in that one. Oh, yeah, I totally agree, Mark. Yeah, I loved Scars of Dracula. Well, mind you, I love all the Christopher Lee's Draculas, but Scars of Dracula, he was a bit more sort of like loquacious, basically talkative. And he was really brutal, especially the part with the branding on the back of clove and that. Oh, really? And the part, I tell you what I loved in that, Mark, as well. The part where he's in the coffin and is it Dennis Waterman? He's going to try and stake him, and he gets hypnotized, doesn't he? I think it's Dennis Waterman or his brother who, of course, Dracula kills. It's I think it's Dennis Waterman. He's got to stake him, isn't he? And Dracula's looking through his eyelids and that, and he hypnotizes him. Oh yeah, I love Scars of Dracula. And as I say, I'm really made up. Get the Scream Factory one's on its way and that, so I can't wait. Yeah. Oh yeah. I could watch Christopher Lee anytime as Dracula. For me, I've said, I know I don't want to bore people by going on and on about Christopher Lee as Dracula. I've said it many, many times. I've got to say it again. There's only one Dracula for me, and that is the late great Christopher Lee. You know, other actors have tried to emulate him, but as far as I'm concerned, they haven't come anywhere near as good as him. You know, so oh yeah, Christopher Lee, definitely best Dracula ever. I just wish that he was still here, you know, making films and that. Right. Well, we've got about a quarter of an hour, guys, anyway. So if you want to get us questions in and, you know, get as many questions in as you like, yeah, feel free to do so. Yeah. Hiya, James. James Stanton's here. Hi, Alan. Were you a fan of the Persuaders? Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, I said that before. Yeah. Love the Persuaders. Yeah. One of my favourites, Roger Moore and Tony Curtis. Great duo. And I also love the theme tune as well. Fantastic. Yeah. I love the way it opened up where it had the sort of like the two main protagonists, Moore and Curtis and that. And how they started off on that, you know. Oh, yeah. Great, the Persuaders. I only wish they would have made more. I believe that wasn't the pipeline, actually. There was plans. There was groundwork set down to make another series, but I don't know if it was a Tony Curtis. I don't know if the full story was a Tony Curtis had to go back to America or Roger Moore had to do something. He went into Bond. I don't know. I don't know why they never continued with it. But oh yeah, I've got fond memories of watching that in the winter of 1971. Oh yeah, fantastic. Yeah, love the Persuaders. Excuse me. Paul Conway is saying to Mark, that poker on Chloe's back was brutal. It certainly was, yeah. And Dracula's ferocious looking face as well, as he administered the one of the sword, big sword, wasn't it? Fantastic, yeah. Mark's saying Hawaii 5-0 had a great theme. It did, Mark, yeah. That's another one as well, Hawaii 5-0. You know, when you start thinking of all these TV shows, they come back to you, don't they? Those catchy tunes. And another one, Mark, Van der Valk by the Simon Park Orchestra. Do you remember that one? Barry Foster. That was one of my favourites, that. 1973. It's funny how certain theme tunes link you automatically to events in your life, because that Van der Valk theme, that got to #1. I think it was September 1973 when I started my school. You know, when I left the middle school, I went on to the high school. That was in the chart. That was #1. The Simon Park Orchestra, Van der Valk. Yeah. Oh yeah, I love Van der Valk. Yeah, I love that theme tune. Oh yeah. As I say, when you start thinking, the memories come flooding back, don't they? Yeah. Oh, Beryl's Loss. I don't know if you remember Beryl's Loss. Carmel McSharry used to love that theme tune as well, from 1973. Yeah, it wasn't on long, Beryl's Loss, but there used to be a woman. She worked in a shop. I think it was in Birkenhead, Conway Street. My dad used to say, "There's a woman to spit an image of Beryl's Loss." Yeah. But anyway, yeah. Oh yeah. I used to love Beryl's Loss. Ian Hill, Ramblings. Remember the Land of the Giants? Just done a video on it. There's a DVD box set. Yeah, I do remember Land of the Giants, although I didn't really watch the episodes of that. Yeah, so. Yeah, we've got another 10 minutes, guys. Anyway, so if you want to keep your questions rolling, that's great. Paul Conway is saying, did you like Wonder Woman with Linda Carter? My dad had a huge crush on Linda Carter, and I must admit, I did as well. Yeah, she was the best. Not that Gal Gadot. Is that the new Wonder Woman? I'm not familiar with her, but Linda Carter, yeah, she's fantastic, wasn't she? And also a very, very good singer as well. She had her own show. Yeah, lovely lady as well. Paul Conway is asking me, how many DVDs and blues do you know? Oh, I've got loads. I haven't counted them, Paul. I've got a lot of compilation ones as well, you know, with so many films on one. Yeah, I'll have to sit down one day and do like a little bit of a stock taking. Once I get all my get me new shelving in, I'll put them all on display and that. I'll do a bit of stock taking. I'll let you know. Excuse me. Richard Brown is saying Dave Allen was a big horror fan. He edited a book of ghost stories. I never knew that, Richard. All right, so I'll have to type that in on Amazon and see if we can get a copy. I didn't know Dave Allen edited a book of ghost stories. Tell you learn something new every day, don't you? Thanks for that, Richard. Yeah, cheers, mate. Paul Conway is asking me, do you like Charlie's Angels? Cheryl Ladd was my favourite. Cheryl Ladd's lovely, yeah. And Jacqueline Smith. Yeah, I used to watch Charlie's Angels, yeah, in the 70s, yeah. Old Bosley and that, you know, yeah, yeah. Once upon a time, there were 3 little girls that went to the police academy, yeah. Oh, yeah. Charlie's Angels, yeah. Big staple of my 70s TV viewing, yeah. Larry Fleetwood is saying Orson Welles made a rare horror short in 1952 called Return to Glenascall, is that? About a spooky encounter with a hitchhiker on a dark Irish country road. Oh, right. It's probably not the one talked about here, though. Oh, right, a rare horror short, eh? Return to Glenascall. I have to watch out for that one. Thanks for that. Yeah. Talking about rare horror shorts, guys, I didn't think much of those short, sharp shocks ones, of course. If you've been following me videos, you'll know what I mean. Yeah, there's so many short horror films and that made, and there's a couple of full-length TV films and that. I wasn't too keen on them. You know, they weren't very good in that. Yeah, so I've flogged them on eBay. Yeah, short, sharp shocks, they're called. Volumes 1 and 2. I think it's the BFI label they're on, yeah. Very disappointing. Paul Conway says Alexander Bastedo is in Blood. That's the one I've got. Blood Spattered Bride. The Paul, yeah, that's the one. Blood Spattered Bride. That's a great movie. That, yeah. Thanks for jogging me memory, Paul. Gina Walpole is saying, "What do you think of the female?" I'm not really into Doctor Who, Gina. The female Doctor Who. I think that series has been completely ruined. Yeah, I haven't watched Doctor Who for years and years and years. I like John Pertwee. Yeah, Patrick Stewart was all right, but after John Pertwee, I watched a bit of Tom Baker. But I'm not really a great fan of Doctor Who, but I know a lot of people, well, it goes without saying, it's like Star Trek, isn't it? It's got a huge, huge fan following and more power to them. Not for me, though. Starscream, thoughts on the House of Wax remake? I haven't watched that for a few years, so I can't really give you my thoughts on that. I'll have to revisit that. Yeah, from what I can remember, though, I don't think I liked it as much as the Vincent Price one, but I will revisit that one. Paul Conway, have you seen Passport to Shame with Diana Dawes? No, I haven't seen that one. Is that one of her earlier movies, is it? I like Diana Dawes. Ian Hill is saying, do you remember Department S and Jason King? I do remember Department S and Jason King, yeah. Peter Wingard was a bit of a ladies' man, wasn't he, when he was in them? Yeah, I think that's right. They gave him his own series, didn't he? Yeah, I remember them well, Department S, yeah. Joel Fabiani played one of them, yeah. What was the name of it? Was it Sue Lloyd in that? I'm sure it was Sue Lloyd. And yeah, and of course, Peter Wingard, Jason King, yeah. Oh yeah, he was real popular with the ladies in. Peter Wingard, yeah. Paul Conway is asking me, are you into Dirty Harry? I love Dirty Harry. One of my all-time favorite movie cops. Love my Clint Eastwood films. Same here. I love Clint Eastwood. Yeah. Always fantastic actor. Oh, great. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dirty Harry. The Man with No Name. And other films he's made as well. You know, Escape from Alcatraz. You know, Play Misty for me. Oh, I could go on and on. I could sit here all night gushing superlatives about how much I love Clint Eastwood. Oh, yeah. He's right up there with the greats. Right up there he is. Ian Hill is saying, do you have any of the panned books of horror stories? I've been recollecting them, Ian. Yeah. Big staple of my teen years. Yeah, reading mass in my teen years. Yeah, I've been collecting them. I've got a couple of gaps in the collection and that, but I've been getting them like off eBay and that. You know, of course they're used and that. You know, so I love the panned book of horror stories. Some real gems in them. I used to like the Fontana book of horror stories as well, edited by Mary Danby. Yeah, oh yeah, fantastic. I think the panned book of horror stories were my favourites horror volumes and that, yeah. And I like the Stephen Jones ones as well, the Mammoth Book of Horror, which come out around about October every year. They're quite good, yeah. Gina Walpole is saying, Return to Glenascall is on YouTube, well worth watching. Oh, thanks very much, Gina. Yeah, I'll watch out for that. Yeah, cheers, thanks. Gina Walpole saying John Pertwee is my favourite Doctor Who. Yeah, I also love John Pertwee in that segment in the House of Drip Blood where he plays that horror actor. Is it Paul Henderson? He's very arrogant and that. You know, you see him on a set and that, and he's got this silver cane, and like the people on the film, they put this scenery up, and he just hits it like that. Get that down, sort of thing. He said, "You can't beat the old horror films and that, you know." And he always real arrogant person and that. And he gets this vampire. Well, if you've seen the House of Drip Blood, you know what I mean. He gets this vampire cloak and it turns him into a bloody vampire. Oh yeah, I love John Pertwee. Yeah, great actor. Brian Gilson is saying, do you like The Legend of the Werewolf with Peter Cushing? It's good. The DVD is really expensive. Yeah, as I said before, I'm hoping that gets released on Blu-ray. It's a great movie, that The Legend of the Werewolf. Ron Moody's in it, isn't he? Doesn't he play a zookeeper? I'm sure he plays a zookeeper. Yeah, Ron Moody's in that. Yeah, that's fun. I think it's a David Rintoul. David Rintoul plays the main protagonist, the werewolf. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, you say if any labels are watching, get that out on Blu-ray. It certainly merits a Blu-ray release, long overdue, as is the Ghoul. James Stanton says, with Carry On movies mentioned earlier, and being a horror fan, is Carry On Screaming a classic for you? It's my favorite Carry On movie in a franchise, James. Yeah, love it. Watch it anytime. Yeah, that's my favorite Carry On. Of course, being a horror fan, Carry On Screaming is my #1 Carry On movie. Richard Brown says, High Plains Drifter, Pale Rider, and Play Misty for me. Could be horror films. Yeah, they've got that kind of a supernatural aspect, haven't they? Yeah, Grace, fantastic. Love Clint Eastwood. He's so cool, calm, and collected, isn't he? Yeah. Oh, James Stanton, frying tonight. Oh, God. It always brings a smile to my face when I think of that. Kenneth Williams and that. Yeah, frying tonight. Yeah. And the part where, what's the name? Harry H. Corp, as he turns into a monster. Is Harry H. Corp, did he turn into a monster as well? Yeah, Grace. Oddbod as well. Yeah. Pete's saying, fantastic stream as always, Alan. Keep it up. Hopefully it won't be too long till your next stream. Yeah. Oh, thanks very much, Pete. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for dropping by. Yeah. And I've been enjoying watching yours as well, your streams, isn't that? Yeah. And thanks very much as well for inviting me on. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I'll send you the message anyway, Pete, and that for the arrangements and that. Yeah. Thanks very much. Yeah. Nice to talk to you again. Right. Gina Walpole is saying, Carry On Screaming is my favourite too. Oh, yeah, fantastic. Yeah, I love it. Love Carry On Screaming. Right, we've got about 3 minutes, guys. So if you want to keep your questions coming in, I'll try and answer as many as I can before I log off at 10. Is that all right? Yeah. Thanks again for coming. I've really enjoyed it. Yeah, and hopefully I'll be back next week with another one. Right. Yeah, question seems to be drying up now. Oh, yeah, I've really enjoyed it. And as I say, it's been nice talking to you again after an absence of a couple of weeks and that. And yeah, if you let me know anyway, if you watched any good horror movies lately, let me know. Yeah, I'm hoping to start watching me season 2 of Night Gallery. Maybe start watching that over the weekend. I've been watching, as I said before, I've been watching the Masters of Horror box set what Bryn sent me from Horror Hands, and I watched Jennifer last night. I really enjoyed it. So when I've watched all them, I'll do my top 5 of my favourite Masters of Horror episodes. Yeah, great series. Good night, Alan. Great show. Good night. Oh, good night. Oh, yeah. Thanks very much. Yeah. Thanks for turning up. Yeah. And as I just said, I hope to be back next week for another live stream. I've really enjoyed it tonight, catching up on things and that, talking about movies and that. Yeah. Thanks, everybody, for turning up. Richard Brown says, who's your favorite director? Oh, well, there's quite a few. I like Dario Argento. I like the guy that done the I like James Wan. He done the Conjuring films, didn't he? Eli Roth. I like Eli Roth. He's good. Yeah. I like Jimmy Sangster, the Hammer films and that. Yeah. I like John Carpenter. Oh, yeah. Fantastic. Yeah. I like Alfred Hitchcock. I think Alfred Hitchcock's my #1 director. Yeah. He's great. Alfred Hitchcock made some fantastic movies. Fazbear Brothers, Alan, can't wait until next stream. Oh, thanks very much, mate. Yeah, I say hope to be back next week for another one on that. Yeah, cheers, mate. Gina, great live stream, very enjoyable as always. Looking forward to the next one. Oh, thanks very much, Gina. Yeah, thanks for turning up and have a nice weekend. And as I say, hope to be back next week talking to you all and that. Really enjoyed it. Yeah, really enjoyed it. All right, Mark. Enjoyed this stream tonight, Alan. Good night, mate. Oh, thanks very much, Mark. Yeah. Really enjoyed talking to you. Yeah, and have a nice weekend and that, and speak again soon. Yeah. Cheers, Mark. Brian Fisher. Good night, Alan. Take care. Oh, yeah. Good night, Brian. Yeah, thanks for turning up. Yeah, very nice to talk to you again. Yeah, have a nice weekend. Just a couple more guys before I go. My director is John Carpenter. Fantastic director, John Carpenter. Goes without saying, doesn't it? Ian Hill, great live stream. Take care. Oh, thanks very much, Ian. Yeah, cheers, mate. Yeah, nice talking to you. Have a nice weekend. All right, then, guys. Well, I'll love you and leave you now. Yeah, thanks again for turning up. I really enjoyed it, and I've really enjoyed the nostalgia tonight, talking about all the old TV shows and the TV themes and that. Favorite directors, favorite actors, and that, I've really enjoyed it. You touched on some great subjects tonight, guys. I really enjoyed it. And that, once you start on a subject, what you've got a mutual liking for, oh yeah, you can go on and on, can't you? Talking about it and that, yeah. But as I said, I hope to be back next Thursday, same time, same place, with a live stream. So before I go, I'd just like to wish everybody have a good weekend, and if you buy any movies, hope you buy some good ones and that. Yeah, and again, thanks for turning up, guys, and all going well. I'll talk to you all again soon. Bye for now.